need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best, legend.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. You said from day one you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
What up, man? We are in the building. It is Free Game Friday, so make sure you strap it up because we are coming. Pause. Subscribe. Become a member today. And it's Free Game Friday. 2 NFL Wiley veterans join the show. Ed Smith, tight end, Atlanta Falcons legend. And we got a K-State legend, man, joining the show as well. So don't miss it. Stay tuned. Ben Lieber will join us, K-State All-American linebacker, 10-year NFL vet. And then we may have a surprise guest right out the gate. So what do you call it? A fan-friendly show, friendly guest that you all are familiar with a little bit of news. So he'll be popping in right out the gate. I won't even tell you who it is. But you know who he is. So before we get started, pound that like, subscribe, become a member, and make sure you head on over to BetUS TV today. Tell them we sent you. Use the promo code CoachJB. Joker isn't joking around. He had his coach fired. Jamal Murray's injured, sick, whatever. Comes out, balls, and Joker wills the Nuggets along with Jamal Murray to a Game 7 versus the number 1 seed, OKC, who many of you out there have winning it all. Game 7 should be a good one. Hopefully, we'll get a good NBA game this year. Celtics try to take the Knicks to Game 7 tonight, but I think Jalen Brunson wills the Knicks to a victory and will go on and face the Pacers in an old-school NBA rivalry. The Dodgers scored 19 runs last night. The Doyers. And Ohtani is on pace for another MVP as the Dodgers continue to roll. The Padres are having a great year along with the hated ones, San Francisco Giants. But at the end of the day, I think as the season goes along, the Dodgers will pull away. Edmonton and Carolina. Can't wait for Smitty's breakdown of the NHL playoffs. They both advanced to NHL Conference Finals. And the Dallas Stars head to a Game 6 tomorrow. And Florida tries to advance tonight versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Caleb Williams is in the news again. This time, not for painting his nails, but allowing his daddy to try to dictate where he was drafted a year ago, according to reports that surfaced yesterday. He wanted him to go to be a Minnesota Viking. And as of right now, as camp begins, the Bears once again have a distraction at quarterback. But what do I know? Let's dive into it. Our main man, Far East Sider, 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 defending, Caitlin Clark jocking. Fox Sports' very own Big Smitty joins us.
It's pregame Friday. We turned up. We lit. I got my green on. He got this red on. You know what that red mean? If you know, you know. We ain't got to talk about it, homie. What the green mean?
Money.
Come on now. He said it. He said it, man. Y'all thought it was some gang shit. It's some money shit.
It is that too, but we don't get into it. But it used to be like lure, hustler. That's what green used to be.
That's what I am. I'm a lure. L-U-R. Throw it up. Throw up the L's. Throw up the L's. Anyway, we here, man. Young Belly in the background. It wouldn't be us on this free game Friday without Steven Brunner, Gabriel Stevens, Cambray R, Jazzy Jazz, Ron, Texas Spurs 80, TC, Rounds, Rock Wilder, Boston Richie, and Jamal W. Shout out to Jamal, the homie.
You don't even know him. Huh.
I don't.
I know.
But he rock with me, though.
New sticks, though. We got some new sticks last night. Had to go to the yacht yesterday. Got a bunch of shit. Fixed the bathroom sink. Now I got the water running again. Cool. So I'm back on that. So any of you ladies out there today want to come out and check it out and see the water and shit, come on, hit me up. But yeah.
We get all that money to be able to get that fixed, get cigars, get the pool in the background. Like
Bundy
was only paying us X amount of money. I was on that call.
Bundy?
Mike Bundy's funding it. I need to find my fan who's going to fund my festivities. So let me know if you want to volunteer. Shout out to Mike Bundy for being that for JB.
Wait, BetUS gave us what? You were on what?
BetUS only gave us X amount of money. I was on that call. So I don't know how you're able to clean your new bathroom, new toilet seats. You got brand new flags. You got fucking new flooring on the boat, 2 new engines. You got all this shit.
I don't got any of that shit, but that's all. It all has to do with outside money.
Oh, outside money. What you doing? You selling drugs?
I'm professional. I'm professional when it comes to like, taking care of business first. Like I pay the debts first. I pay my bills first. I do all that first. If I can't do that, then I don't do anything out there.
Got you. That's how you do it. That's called responsibility.
Yeah, accountability. Yeah,
accountability. Responsibility.
You're right. Both.
What are the best and most important abilities? Responsibility, accountability. Would you add one more?
Fuckability.
Fuckability. Okay. I respect that for sure. So fuckability, accountability, and responsibility. What are the top 3 signs that you have a good coach on your staff? When you were trying to hire other coaches back in your prime, what were the 3 things you were looking for?
Loyalty. If you can't recruit, then obviously, guess what? We already had a viral video. If you can't get no pussy, then I know you can't recruit. I'm not hiring you. So I used to have broads come in, and I would bring them right in and have the cat spit at the broad in the room.
And you put like a camera in there in the corner to like watch?
No, live. I tell him to take her from me.
Oh.
Yeah. You can't take her from me, then like she got to take the panties off under the table and put them on the table. If she did that, she approved him.
Really?
If she didn't do it, anyway. But listen, man. I got a special guest joining us real quick right out the gate.
Busy morning. That later. I'm not gonna forget.
Yeah, we got to because I got to get to another thing about that too. But listen, man, he's got some news on both Jason Tatum and wife Derek Carr. Suddenly had to call it quits, and one of our favorite guests during the season. And I said, man, we haven't seen you in months. I need to see what that little dapper looking, how he come on. So I'm bringing our main man, Dr. Jesse Morse joins us, man. Bring in Doc. Doc, what up, Doc?
What up, Doc?
Good.
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Hey, I know you're busy.
We're doing good.
I've seen everything you're doing, man. Appreciate you hopping on here. Right out the gate, you talked about Jason Tatum again. I saw some of the stat lines you brought up. It's interesting from like early 90s to for 12 years, we had like 3 Achilles, and now all of a sudden we got 37 Achilles. It's crazy how it's gone up, especially since we know the shot and everything happened. Where you at with Tatum, his recovery? Is he doing the bridge similar to what Aaron Rodgers did, or what's his approach?
Yeah, so I was talking to a couple really high-level PTs last night about this. One of them pretty much only covers NBA players. And he was like, yeah, if you put an ultrasound on him the day of that injury, you would have saw something. He said, there's no question. He says, I'm surprised that this didn't get caught.
Damn.
And the problem is, if you go back to, I think, 2017 or right when Tatum started, he has by far the most games played, the most minutes. Like, the dude never leaves the court. He's pretty much been uninjured or very mildly injured for most of his career. Fantastic shooter, obviously. Not many guys his size can do what he can do. But unfortunately, that comes at a price. So people ask, like, well, how can this happen? He's only 26 or whatever age he is. And I'm like, think of him as a 2024 Lamborghini with 400,000 miles on him.
Ooh,
he's just, those tendons and ligaments, they don't heal as fast as you like them to, especially when you're redlining your car every day. There's a reason why not many people have the career of LeBron James. Say what you say about him, but the fact that he can do what he's doing at the age he's doing is a testament to how he takes care of his body and the work ethic and the understanding of what he's willing to do. Unfortunately, this is a significant injury. Remember, most players that suffer this never make it back even remotely close to the same level. No, I think that, that we have anomalies. We have variants. I think Kevin Durant is probably a good, someone that we can compare him to. And I think Durant was probably a little older when he suffered it. I don't know the specific timing of his. The good news is that it was these are relatively clean, unlike an ACL, which could happen a bunch of other stuff. And they literally performed the surgery within 24 hours of suffering it, less than 24 hours, which is super rare. He happened to be in New York when it happened. He went to reportedly went to HSS, which is one of the top orthopedic institutions in the world, really. And then reportedly Dr. O'Malley performed the surgery. He's who did Durant's. He did Derek White's foot a couple of years ago. He did Tiger Woods' Achilles. So very high level performing physician. We don't know if it was a PARS or a speed bridge, which are basically variants of one another. I don't think they haven't released that, and I don't know Dr. O'Malley personally enough to ask him or to know his history of what he has a tendency to gravitate towards. The good news is that the newer data is starting to be much better than the older data. The older data was a huge long incision. A PARS is basically an incision about this big, and then a speed bridge is basically that plus you basically pull the tendon that's torn down, reattach it, and then they reattach it. They really reinforce it in the middle. So, but I'll play devil's advocate and say, what happened to Deshaun Watson? How did he re-tear his in less than 3 months? Dr. Anderson performed his twice. So things do happen. Jason Tatum has the mindset, the willpower, and to emulate his idol Kobe will likely make it back and be a very similar player.
So what happened? So your odds at his age, you think he's a much better recovery than Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins?
No question. Yeah, I mean, he's much more of an athletic freak. He's 10 years younger than them. I think they're at different stages of their career. And he's way more athletic than either of those ever could be, right? And we know that. That's not really much of a question. I think that, and we've seen the NFL data recently. Remember, 5-10 years ago, it was a death sentence, like, especially for running backs. It was like, you had an Achilles, you're done. Like, Mikael LaShore, did well for a season, but after that, like, really no one had done it for a while. And then we had J.K. Dobbins, had a great season last year. Cam Akers had 2, and he looked, pretty good considering. Not everybody does well, but he's done pretty good. The quarterbacks are a little bit of a different position, so obviously you can't really compare them directly because the level of explosiveness and what they're asking their body to do is completely different. I still think we saw issues with Kirk Cousins and his inability to put the ball where he wanted to. That will improve this year wherever he ends up, if he stays where he is. And then Aaron Rodgers, did pretty good for what he was. If you look at his numbers, and I'll answer that question in a sec. If you look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers and remove the stats between him and Mahomes, they're not that different. Look at it; it's kind of crazy. The Tatum, this was his non-dominant leg, I guess you'd probably say. The problem with basketball is that obviously you're jumping with pretty much every player, most plays. He's a sharpshooter, so he's obviously going to jump a lot more. And you're always compensating. So that's what happened with J.K. Dobbins. He had an ACL tear on one side. He's going to put more stress on the opposite side, and he tore the opposite Achilles. So now he has to be overly aggressive, not only with the rehab leg, but also the opposite leg to prevent compensation. And I tweeted this, and I got a lot of pushback from what I call traditional docs, saying, hey, if you would have preventatively injected this with stem cells or even PRP or something, not cortisone, then in my opinion, you could have prevented this from happening. But hindsight is 2020. Well, prove to me that another person has done that. I can promise you that 50 to 70% of the NFL and NBA players get stem cells regularly. How many of them would have hypothetically tore something if they didn't do X on X body part? It's hard to play what ifs, but for someone that's making 30, 40, 50, 60 million dollars a year, what's 30K, or whatever, but the problem is once that's broken, you can't reverse and fix it. There's this huge downstream effect. Once that vehicle is totaled, that frame is never the same.
Woo!
No matter how good that mechanic is, no matter how pretty that body becomes, that frame is still not the same.
You preaching.
Hey, so
you know what I mean?
Speaking of that, Vessel, you just mentioned, you tweeted out something, and I know Jason Tatum. Sorry, Jason Tatum's the bigger news, but a guy retired. Pause. A guy retired recently, and we got a tweet that you posted about Derek Carr. So basically, you're saying that his torn right labrum was just probably degenerative, and it just tore apart inside worse than we could ever imagine. And I know that happens from quarterbacks, especially. Oh yeah. I had to it definitely did, Smitty, it hurts your arm. Like it hurts like pain. It just, you see the strength go away. The ball starts to die. You feel like movement in there that you don't know why.
It's micro movement.
Yeah.
So we have two joints in the shoulder. Let me grab my model right here.
Don't grab your thing. DJ.
Basically,
make sure y'all go follow Dr. Jesse Morse right now.
Basically, he's saying Derek Carr had no shot because he was done.
So that's why. Two joints in the shoulder. AC, which is what Anthony Richardson had, to give you a comparison. Glenohumeral, main shoulder. So remove the AC. Don't worry about the AC. The glenohumeral joint is a ball and socket. There's a labrum, a thick capsule around the ball and socket. Over time, with repetitive throwing, the ball starts to kind of bounce. There's a ligament in here that's supposed to hold it in place. Hey,
Doc, not to cut you off, explain why, like, softball pitchers that pitch underhand is actually the natural way our arm's supposed to move. This is not natural right here.
Correct. Overhead, and especially the angles that they're choosing, like baseball basically is very similar in terms of his shoulder. You're not meant to do this overhead or semi overhead throwing. And think of the shoulder, or any joint for that matter, as like a 25-piece orchestra. And then all it takes is one asshole in the corner to be playing off note, and nothing works. It sounds awful. The whole shoulder doesn't cooperate. That's all it takes. So now you have, he's landed on his shoulder. He's been throwing for freaking 20 years, 15 years, and it keeps getting unstable. And then the body starts to protect that because it doesn't want it to be unstable. And you can do massage, you can do PT, whatever you want, but to relax it. But once it senses that instability again, it goes back into protection mode. The rotator cuff, there's four, but really we're focused on these three. The one in the front is the most important one. That's what we call the supraspinatus. That is your seatbelt motion, this kind of motion over here. That one actually wraps in and attaches to the inside or the front of the scapula, the shoulder blade. That's what Deshaun Watson tore 2 years ago.
Ooh.
That's why he couldn't throw, because that is a coil. So when you throw, it unleashes. This stupid one right here, the middle one, is called the supraspinatus. This is the one we all injure. If you're going to injure one, this is the freaking one you injure. And why? Because that one does this. Everything out in front is this stupid tendon. And think of it, I use this analogy a lot with my patients. Think of this as a almost like a bridge that is like a drawbridge. So when it's close, it's anchored on the ground and it's fine. But as you start to extend, that drawbridge is now stressing those chains that are holding that bridge. That stress translates to the tendon attached to the bone. So over time, that tendon, because it has a very poor blood supply, starts to fray like a rope. Fray. So now you have 50% of a tendon trying to do 100% of the work. And that 50% of the tendon is barely holding on as it is.
So let me ask you, could he have played if he said, I want to?
He probably would have, but he would have been either so injured or so inflamed, he just wouldn't have had the range of motion, the strength, and the accuracy, and he would have been in pain, pretty much immediately.
He probably heard it somewhere in Vegas or Oakland in his earlier days too. Right?
I mean, it's not surprising given the nature of his profession, right? I mean, you ask a guy to throw a ball 30, 40 times a week, not including anything between, for 10 years or 15 years at college, at high school, and if you have a small little injury and it never gets tightened up, you have slowly think of it almost like a car with 8 lug nuts, and each of the lug nuts would be one of the ligaments. And then if one of the lug nuts is loose and broken, and that's your main injury, but each of those other 7 lug nuts are loose. Over time, they just keep getting looser and looser and looser. And then you try to throw, and it's like you trying to drive in that car with the loose lug nuts. The rim's like, no, that ain't happening. So that's the problem. He also likely tore this bad boy right here, which is the posterior one. This is the infraspinatus. It's about this wide. It's posterior, so from the tip backwards, and it's the stabilizer. But it also does a lot of the kind of funky stuff behind this. So this is his follow through. This is that posterior energy. So each of them being torn, he probably can't do a whole lot. He's going to have to change his slot, and it's just a hot mess, And the problem is, you could throw the kitchen sink at this financially from a stem cell perspective, and even then, there's a good chance it wouldn't be enough to ask him to do what he's asking to do. I promise you, he has arthritis in that joint. I'd be astonished if he didn't.
I know he do.
So the problem is, to live a normal life, he could probably, he'd be all right. But if he wants to throw a professional football, every week at a high velocity with good accuracy and be able to handle hits, he can't do it. It's over. This is Derek Gurley's Todd Gurley's knee. But Gurley's was at 25 or whatever, right? Unfortunately, this is probably a similar injury to what happened to Drew Brees. But Drew Brees was super early.
Yeah.
Whereas this is super late. So he's got so much stuff that really the only option is his shoulder replacement.
Damn.
But, and if he's miserable, he might go down that route, but obviously that doesn't translate.
Yeah. It's probably time for
hopefully
him
that was helpful.
Nah, I appreciate it. That's the full. You ain't gonna get that breakdown anywhere else on any other show. So I wanted to get both of those on record. So man, everything else good though?
We good. We staying busy. NFL guys are coming in and out. We teaching and then we learning, we grinding and getting ready for another season. I've been dropping some cool stuff on the injury experts. I did a deep dive. I'll leave you guys with this. I did a deep dive yesterday or a couple days ago. I finished it yesterday for all the active running backs in the NFL. What are the 2 parameters to make them, we'll call it fantasy relevant? 1, they have to be able to be elite, right? 2, they have to be able to stay healthy. There's only 1 active NFL running back that has played for at least 3 years that has never missed a game. 1.
Yep, Derrick Henry.
Najee Harris.
Yep, Najee Harris.
Besides that, when you look at the data, there's 64 running backs that are still relevant and active. Zeke is kind of on that last fringe. The average time missed is 3.5 games per year. Now, obviously, this is skewed. You have a guy tears his ACL in week 1. You have Jonathan Brooks that misses, 15, 16 games. Obviously, that's going to mess with it. You have a couple of guys that, Tony Pollard only missed 6 games in 6 years. 6 games in 6 years.
Impressive.
You know,
Hey,
you
like
have
Todd
Derrick
Gurley-
Henry, who
Todd
just
Gurley
signed a
missed-
massive extension. Right? What's that?
You mentioned Todd Gurley. I think he's still like
30. He's 30.
He ain't played in what, 6 years?
Yeah, it's been 2020 or 2021 was his last season.
And he's still like 6 right now on like leading in touchdowns. And I
He
think
still is really high in the touchdowns.
and
Just to show you how
yards.
ridiculous he was.
Yeah, and yards. Like that tells
That's how
you
great. That's how great he was on this short tenure, man. Shout out to the homie TG.
Or it means what Doc's saying too.
Or
These
Woody.
guys just don't play. They don't get the reps anymore. They don't really play unless there's a few guys.
I'll leave you with this because I got to go see someone. I did a deep dive 2-3 weeks ago on elite first round picks, running backs in particular. Like actually for like Bijan, like that level first round, the actual first round, not fantasy. And the fascinating dichotomy back in the late 90s and early 2000s, the volume was crazy. Meaning 400 plus touches a season, back-to-back seasons, 3 out of 5 seasons, LT. You know, you had several guys that did it. The game changed. It went to a passing game. And that really dwindled so much so that out of 41 instances from 1998 to now, there have only been 4 instances in the past 8 years.
That's crazy.
Think about that. And CMC has 2 of them.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell has 1 of them, and he that was the season before he had that, hey, I'm not going to play this season. And then Saquon just had 1 last year.
Damn, that's wild.
You know, so the game has changed. And back then they had longer careers, but they only had 1 or 2 elite years.
Right.
You know, top 10, top 15, like elite, true elite years. And they got a lot of volume, but that didn't mean they were elite. Now you have guys that have elite years, but their careers are relatively shorter. Zeke is on his 9th year. The only running back that's active that has more time accrued than Zeke is Raheem Mostert. Believe it or not. But he also did a whole lot of nothing for 70% of his career. He's had a couple of spike years, you know. But so it was fascinating. And the reason why I did a deep dive was because Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry just got that massive extension, and he's 31. You're like that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
But Derrick Henry has played, I think it's 7 or 8 seasons. I think it's 8 seasons, and he's only missed 12 games. And 8 of those games were from his fractured foot.
That's why earlier when you said that stat and you said it was Najee Harris, I guessed Derrick Henry because I was like, I know he don't really miss games like that.
No, he's missed about I think it was 4 games over 7 years, and then he fractured his foot mid-season, obviously, so he couldn't come back. But and he still finished in the top 10 that season, even though he played the half season.
Bad boy, yeah,
just a freak. But in general, he's a, you know, and I'll leave you with this thought. I calculated the top rushing volume, so catches and rushing volume, from 1998 to this past year. Saquon Barkley, including playoffs. Saquon Barkley, I think, was 5th in that total. He had 470s, 460s, somewhere on there. 460 touches or somewhere on there. There was one guy that had 500. Then there's a couple guys that had 470, 480. Larry Johnson, I think, had 1 year. Eddie George had 1 year. But
Chief,
you know, but the question is, how was he going to do? And we don't know, right? We have no idea. You know, if you're a betting man, you're probably going to say, I'm going to avoid him. And that's what you'd see if you did that with CMC. You'd be right both times. You know, Zeke did well in the year after he had crazy volume.
Hey, we had Ed McCaffrey on, CMC's pops, and he believes he'll be back fully. As you walk out the door today, you think CMC's back?
Yes, he's shown that when he gets a full year under his belt, he can be elite. I don't know how many more elite years he has,
right,
but I think 2025 can be elite.
Huh? Well, we'll have to. As soon as the season starts, we'll have you back, brother. Appreciate you.
We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Good to see you.
See you. Have fun in that surgery room.
quick 20 minutes with Doc. I haven't seen him in a while. I wanted to get some Tatum and Card news. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. Injury Experts on TikTok. Doc does a straight TikTok over there, so check him out. Injury Experts with a Z.
I love that.
Hey, Smitty, my boy was bench pressing yesterday at 24-Hour Fitness.
Yep.
And he wanted me to get your take because he wanted to know if you do any of these type of things and does it motivate you.
Okay. Let's check it out.
Take a look at it.
Cuando no puedes con el peso en el gym. Pero tienes a tu motivación al lado. Cuando
You nodded your head like real quick. Like what?
I mean, it's nothing that I do, but it makes perfect sense. If if you have your lady there with you and she's spotting you, and you get your shoulders are starting to get a little sore, a little tired, a little whiff of that good thing can bring a little be the motivation you need to keep going. Even if she's not doing that, just being in the gym and looking around and seeing good looking human beings chase their goals can be motivation for you to finish that set for yourself as well. So there's different ways to find motivation in the gym, and he found his through the smell of the cat. I respect him. So you say you look at other females working out in the gym when you're working out? No, I see the environment, and that could be it's inspirational environment. So you think Bailey would think she's fat? Oh, probably so. You know how Bailey is young, like he like his women to be like skinny, no ass at all. No chest, and that's fine. That whatever floats your boat. He's young though. He's young. You think her cat smells like the big manly girl that said she likes good cat? Not at all. Which is why she actually brought motivation to her man, because we actually like a good smelling, fresh. Like that girl smelled good. You can tell she smelled good. Fresh pressed hair. She's fit, but she didn't come to the gym to work out that day. She came to the gym for this video. So let's look good, smell good, and do all that. So her stuff smells fresh. She got a fresh Brazilian down there. She got the smell. She's cool. Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust how you look on the outside because I've been there, done that. My mama said that. She said, "Baby, they can look beautiful on the outside." Actually, they're worse. Actually, I would say they're worse. It'd be like opposite. Actually, the better they look, actually, the pussy worse smelling. I've come to find that out over my years. So if that's the case, you kind of stay away from like the real bad bitches and kind of get like a middle of the tier. Yeah, a little middle tier. Like you macro right now. Yeah, the baddest one is for some reason the worst. Homie, I got a lot of bodies. You think about it. Ooh, you think the baddest ones wouldn't have more bodies, but they do because they like. How many times are they really saying no, homie? Like they can act all bougie if they want to, but every time they step out, I don't care if it's CVS, I don't care if it's fucking the mall, out to eat, some dude is hollering at her. She's not gonna keep saying no, homie. What's the whole facts on that cat? Come on now. You said the whole facts? Before we move on, though, because I don't want to lose train of thought. I asked you earlier, kind of name your top 3 traits when hiring a coach, and you were in the middle of telling a story about if your coaches could not steal a girl from you, then that was a red flag. It was immediate no, they couldn't, you wouldn't hire them. So you were talking for all the people who are new in the chat about you would go into a room, you would bring some AE in there with like your coach as well, and his job was to take her from you. And the sign that he actually did it the right way is the woman would take her panties off underneath the table and throw them or hand them to you. So now that you know, my follow-up question was going to be, once those panties are off and the coach has been hired, what happens with the woman who's sitting there with a dress on with no panties on? What's the next step? That's an awkward question. Like that was already my girl. Obviously, I knew I wasn't losing her, so she just goes back home. Oh, it's like your actual girl, or one. I thought this some little runoff, some little whatever. It's a test. $200 to come in and it's like a little play. I know it's your real girlfriend. Not a real girlfriend, but it's like a broad. And I tell her straight up, if he could grab you and you like it, let's see. And it never happened. So so you never hired any coaches? Not those guys, not the ones I brought in and did that with. Nah. I'm confused. I mean, I thought this was a part of your major step of hiring any of your coaches, and you've had great staffs. So either you're lying about using this method, or some of these coaches took your bitch from you. Like two things can't be true in this situation. So that can't be true at all. You had a staff, so I don't know.
Mexican word of the day, taco.
That's like a regular. That's literally Mexican. Right? Like it's just a regular word. Right? I went to
Well,
the store the other day. I said, "Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien." Y tú? I said, yes. I said, tener. I said, what I say? I said, tener tacos de carne asada y pollo.
This motherfucker said literally Mexican. I said Mexican word of the day, taco.
That's what it's total.
He said that's a Mexican word of the day. I said, no shit, taco. That's the Mexican word, homie. I don't get it. But anyway, I tried to run away from the cops, but they tackled me to the ground. You know damn well that's exactly how they pronounce tackle, homie.
I don't know how Ruben's still cool with you, homie. You so racist.
Homie, that's exactly how they say tackle, homie.
You so racist.
I tried to run away from the cops, but they tackled me to the ground.
You racist to the highest degree.
Homie, I said Ruben said that shit yesterday on the yacht, homie. They tackle me. I went and got tacos, homie. I said, what the fuck you talking? And like, no, they tackle me to the ground. They tackle me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, they grab and they tackle me. And I'm like, what do you mean, homie? They tackle you. And he was like, yeah, they grab me like this and then they tackle me. And I was like, tackle you?
Why when you say me, why do you hold the me so long? Tackle me.
Yeah, you know why.
Homie. Why you holding it so long?
You know why. You know why.
There's hella E's on that motherfucker.
They tackle me.
Hella E's on there. You know what I mean? Like, it's like 4 E's at least.
I'm going to tell my mom if I can spend the night.
There's a lot of eyes on that. Not like whatever the last word you say, you hold it for hella long.
But you don't catch it though. Like I'm gonna tell my mom if I can spend the night.
Right. You said that before.
Like classic Mexican shit. Classic. I'm gonna tell my mom if I can spend the night.
Oh shit!
If I tell my mom anything, I'm gonna get my ass beat. I don't know what your language
white,
is.
but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like your language is. But
anyway,
shout out to everybody joining the show, man. We got 2 NFL vets on today. But we haven't got to quarter today, which is powered by BetUS. So let's get a good ranking on these.
Hopefully.
And then we'll get back to a little free game Friday because miss free game Friday.
My favorite show of the week.
Quote of the day, Smitty. Never regret being good to the wrong person. Karma will take care of them.
Your energy sucked, but that's a good quote. I'll put that top 90.
You can't have too much energy with that. You can't have too much energy. It was the right energy because you never regret. So we don't want to go back. You don't want to be, I never regret it. Nah, never regret being good to the wrong person. Because the wrong person, sometimes it's all right to be cool with them because they're going to get handled in another way.
It's ironic that you said this quote because I feel like
I'm biblical. I'm a biblical man. Yeah.
You're not biblical. You would be the guy that would regret treating a bad person good.
Nah, remember, I don't regret. Remember, I don't look back in the
I know, but you are a guy that like payback. It's a month, like you like to do that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't forget. But I just don't forgive.
So you don't do nothing. You don't forget or forgive.
No, like I'll never forgive you, but it's okay.
Most people say I will forgive you, but I won't forget. You said you don't forget or forgive.
Fuck no, you don't forget either.
That's actually a good quote. That's a better quote.
No,
I don't forget or forgive is a good quote.
No, that's why I don't apologize, homie. You never forget nothing, Smitty. If somebody does you wrong, you meet him back 2 years later, you forgot he did you wrong? Hell no, you didn't forget, homie.
That's a part of your Carfax.
Yeah, you didn't forget.
Even if you changed or whatever, you still did that. Which means you're still capable of doing that.
You're fucking right. Just like the dude that didn't like me saying, I don't like white mamas or whatever. He wanted an apology so bad, but I'm like, I already said it, homie. It ain't gonna change. And by the way, I've talked to so many people about that video. Like they're so happy that I didn't apologize to him because like everyone's calling the guy out. Like now, I guess they caught him lying several other times now. I've been seeing all kinds of shit, Smitty. It's funny. I went back and watched the video. Why did they have both hats in if they said we knew you weren't going to change hats? How did you have both? How'd you have all the gear, homie? If you noticed the mom sitting there like smiling and laughing the whole time too, they didn't tell that motherfucker not to do it. Miss me, homie. I'm so happy. That's something I would have regretted. Oh yeah, love standing on business. 10
He's
toes
listening
down.
right now, so he's probably gonna be upset. And he don't want to come back on the show and acknowledge what you said because I don't think they had.
So every
all the gear
every time we got to bring the cat back on.
Yeah, I don't think they had all the gear. I think they had just that shirt to the school they were going to.
Yeah. Well, they took the hat off. Let's dive into Contrary to Belief, brought to you by BetUS, Smitty. Make sure you rank it properly. Smitty, you can't control someone who's comfortable being alone. They don't need you. They choose you. Too deep for you right now, this early in the morning, for everybody out there listening. But this is particularly about me to you.
Which is why I don't like it. It's like
I know you didn't. I knew you didn't like it.
It doesn't relate to nobody in this chat.
But don't put the bad energy on the rest of everybody else. Just because you don't like it, because you know I'm specifically just talking right at you.
It's not good for you, though, homie. Like, your life would be so much better if you had somebody who you actually love in that home with you, homie. The other day where you almost died, you would have died alone on that damn toilet. Like that's just a horrible, just think about that. So I want you to consider and open up your heart and move past those past traumas that has put you into this dark hole that you're in right now. I want you to understand, my young brother, that you can get out of that hole. And you don't have to be alone in that hole. You can get out of that dark spot and you can find love. And it is a real thing. And it's okay to trust people. I know you've been done wrong. I know you've been stabbed in the back by people who you did love. I know family, friends, even parents to some degree have done things within your own life where you felt like you've been fucked over. I know Last Chance Shoe and what they did to your career. I understand the history. We all have our history. But don't let your past be the thing that dictates every single step of your present. Because your present is a new story. You're a new person. You're not the same Jason you was 10 years ago. You ain't the same Jason you was yesterday. So everything you've been through, the tribulations and trials, all came together for the good of you. God don't do nothing, put you through nothing for any reason. He does it for the betterment of you. Even at the time when it looks negative and it's like, damn, why me? It's a reason why that's happening, to build your character, your resolve, your discipline, etc. So my point is, man, do not be such cold-hearted to where you don't let a beautiful woman who truly loves you in. You have an AE who's ready right now to be the one. And something is in front of you is putting a shield. And I get it. But just trust one more time. That's all I ask you. Just one more play. Just trust one more time. It's like the Knicks. Just one more game. Don't worry about game 7. Just win game 6. Trust one more time, and I'm telling you, your life will be better. I'm done talking.
Respectfully, can you shut the fuck up?
C-Mark 187 says, "Smitty, let this man be miserable. It's what he wants." I'm trying to help him out, C-Mark. Motherfucker love being miserable.
You know what's crazy is? I'm happier than anyone in this chat.
That's the key word, though. Happy is an emotion. It goes up and down. I'm joyous. I'm joyful. That's everlasting. That means that my connection with God and the higher power is so strong. It don't matter what happens to my life.
You've actually lost size.
And I'm consistent.
Yeah.
I'm constant. Happy.
It sounds like you're talking about your life.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about life.
You know, it's crazy. I think you've shrunk and you've gotten bigger. And I can see stress all over your face. Like you're stressed out. Me, I lost weight. I still smoke, drink every day. Yeah, I had an episode
2 days ago.
Yeah, I had an episode. That was good. I ate a whole quart of ice cream. I don't eat ice cream no more.
Ice cream don't do that, homie. I'm sorry.
Ice cream does do that.
Don't kill you. I eat ice cream every night. So try again.
I say kill me, but it was a combination. I had like some carne asada too earlier. So that's probably set in. For me. That probably set in and then boom, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
I'm telling you, your health is fucked. You need to go to the doctor and get checked up.
You know what? You should everybody I thought if you're a biblical guy, I thought only God could judge me, homie.
It's not true.
Oh, now God's not true.
No, I didn't say that. Read the Bible the right way.
I've been reading it. I already read it. I read all 17.
That's not really like what
I read all 17 different versions.
What it's really saying is,
I read the one that has
dinosaurs. If you're going to judge people, make sure you judge yourself to those same standards.
I read the one that
it's the Bible. It's a verse in there that says, like, you basically you worry about somebody else, worry about the speck in your own eye too. So that's basically what he's saying. So if I'm going to judge you, I need to hold myself to them same standard, which I am. So I can do that.
Yeah, I read like 16, 17 versions of it.
Okay. Don't lie. Don't lie. You know what I mean? No, it's not doing nothing. That's not funny.
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling because you don't know what you're talking about. Let's keep it rolling. I try to do my best. I'm done with it now. I'm fed up. You do what you want with your life. Unhappy, bitter. You know, when you're on your deathbed, you'll probably lean over and whisper like, "You were right." But at that point, I don't need that. I don't even care. I tried to tell you what the real is, but just be miserable, be home with your dogs, and fucking be sick. So let's keep it going. I'm pissed.
You were probably like, when I'm down on my deathbed, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I wish I was like exactly like you."
No, I won't say that.
Because I checked the ATM card and literally have $0 in there, and that's you're gonna be like, "Fuck, you were really telling the truth. You left no money for me," and I'm
because the homies robbed you. I said the homies to rob you right before you went out. That's why you got $0.
And then you're gonna like, yeah, you've been right on every single thing you've ever said about quarterbacks, about football, about life. It's all that's what your last words of me probably will be. But anyway, we'll move on to that.
We got a quick poll question though.
Poll question, Smitty. The Celtics will force Game 7 tonight.
Yes, they will.
Oh.
The Celtics will force Game 7. It's gonna be a hell of a game, and the
guards
gonna be
I want to bet it up right now and bet US live on the show. I'm gonna bet right now live on the show right now.
Let's do it right now. Do it live. We're gonna sit here and wait.
I'm gonna pull up my bet US account.
Yep, go to bet US right now.
Boom, log in.
All right, log in. Code JB 178178. Password JB Show 12 444 555.
Right now, for first time starters, right now, if you deposit anyone new to Bet US, you can deposit right now, get 50% off your bonus using the code REBOUND. So right now, if you want 50% off a sports bonus, right now, use the code REBOUND. Yep. And then if you use my promo code Coach JB, you get another 10%.
Yep.
So you get 60% off. So here we go, Smitty. Let's go. Let's find basketball underneath Sportsbook. You go to basketball. You go to Sportsbook on top. You go to basketball. Then we're going to pick NBA. We're going to hit select all, display selected. And now we have the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks. Right now, Bet US, Boston Celtics is plus 2.5. The money line's plus 125. And the over-under is a 211.5. So what's the best bet? What's the best bet? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the Knicks, who are minus 145, meaning they're favored in this game. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take them on the points because they're going to cover. They're going to cover the 2.5, which I'll win more money than just taking them on the money line. So I'm going to take them to cover the 2.5. I think they pull away late. They win the game by 10. So that's the game. It's over. They got to win tonight or it's over. They're for them. So they better win tonight. Shit. Keep fucking around. Tatum will be back. So anyway, we're going to go. We're going to go with that. And then I'm going to bet Sunday's Game 7. On the same parlay, I'm going to add a parlay to make a little more money. I'm going to add the Denver Nuggets, OKC Thunder, man.
OKC going to win that, though.
OKC's minus 300. I'm taking Denver to win just like they did Game 1. Game 1, Game 7, same thing. Because the money there. So I'm going to go plus 250.
Yeah, but it got to also make sense on me. OKC's going to win that game.
By the way, it's
back in OKC.
Denver's plus 7.5. I like that. Ooh.
I do like that part. I would go Denver plus 7.5. OKC straight up to win it though. Yeah, that's what I like.
I'm gonna take parlay. I can't bet that. So I'll just take the 7.5.
And my man really live betting right now though. Like he's not playing around. Like he's like you look at his
eyes.
I'm
gonna show you right now. I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna bet $100. Sorry, I'm gonna bet $100. $100 wins you $252.
That's all you need.
I've been killing it on the DFSs too. I've been killing it on DraftKings, Prize Pick.
Whoa, we want to talk about all that.
DFS. I got permission. It's DFS.
Yeah, well, just say DFS. I don't like all the other stuff you talking about.
I know, but bet US don't do that.
You name dropping brands and competitors. That don't make no sense.
They're not competitors at all. They're not competitor at all.
I
found out. I know what I'm doing on me.
You know what you're doing now.
Anyway, I think the Knicks win tonight. The Knicks win tonight. I'm betting big on that.
If the Knicks lose, can I like punch you in the chest?
Yeah, if I could choke you out.
All right.
Bet. Place bet.
Yep.
Boom.
There we go. It's live right here.
You got yourself a bet. You've got yourself a bet. Bam. Bet US. Head on over there right now. All right, Smitty, what's next?
We got WPS and we got some BPS and we got some MPS. We got a lot of PSs right now, man. So let's get straight into them because we got like 3 of them and they're all pretty good from what I've been told. So let's start off with the white people stuff like we always do.
Fuck is that?
Oh shit! What's in his back pocket?
Red rag, homie.
On the right side? Oh, shit. Play that. Play again, babe. You starting to go crazy. Hold on. You starting to. Yeah. JB and Big Smitty. Yeah. JB and Big Smitty. JB and Big Smitty. Here we go. Here we go. We got the whole JB go a Big Smitty while I'm slow. Call me dope. That's your hoe. That's my hoe. I took you. Ooh, that beat go crazy.
That's crazy.
That's like BPS kind of awesome.
It is, but it's crack-ish.
Okay.
Crack-ish behavior.
Crackheads are talented, bro. Like I'm not trying to promote crack, but they are talented.
Well, most players I ever coached like that were really good were crack babies.
Oh, really?
And you know when there's a crack baby too because their teeth really fucked up. Unfortunately, I've had great kids. I love them to death to this day. Teeth fucked up, and I know they was crackhead. They were crack babies, meaning you were born.
Own it.
Well, your mama was a crack, on crack.
So it was getting in your system too. Then,
So crack babies is totally different than a cat like this, which is a meth head or whatever.
He was a crackhead, like he was in there about to do it, and then he got excited.
That was literally in Indianapolis, the #1 meth head lab in America, Indiana. So he was in Indiana, and then Kansas.
The beat hard.
He did. He had a quarter, I think, in his hand, and he was doing and. That shit hard. Like some sugar-free shit. Sugar-free should sign him today and save his life.
Yeah, but I feel like if he's sober, he can't even do that. So it's almost like a catch-22.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm saying, homie.
Like, damn, is it worth
and then the cat with the mask on behind him?
Yeah.
The DPS. All in one.
Why? Because he's recording or what?
Both. Mask and recording.
Damn.
So I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm tired of seeing y'all wearing masks driving alone, homie.
I'm gonna wear one of them wrong now.
It doesn't do anything. It's hurting y'all.
No, it don't.
I returned some shit to Lowe's yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a Mexican broad. She had a fucking mask on. I'm like, God damn it. Trump's an office girl. It's over.
Why does that bother you though? Why do you care?
What?
Why do you care what she doing in her personal space in her car?
Because I can't understand them. I can't see their face. I don't know if you're a scam artist.
We're not talking to you.
Yeah, she is. She's asking me what I'm returning. Where's my money going back to? And blah, blah, blah.
It was a worker. Got you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I'm not talking to you, I give a fuck. I'm keeping moving. I'm not that nosy. Why you got the mask on?
Right.
I give a fuck. Nah, it's a motherfucker working, talking to me. Like, motherfucker, move the mat. I can't hear show. I'm like, what the fuck did you say? You want credit card? I'm like, motherfucker, where's my money going? And I move the fucking mask out of your face. God damn. And then the motherfucker driving by themselves wearing it. I'm looking at the motherfucker inspecting the car, make sure there's no other people in the car, but there's not. It's just her. There's a motherfucker by himself. And the windows rolled up. Everything's just rolled up. I know how hot and musty it is in that motherfucker.
You got the air on.
Even then, homie, it's bad. Like, fuck, homie. You got to breathe your other breaths. You got to breathe other air, homie. You can't breathe your own breath. You're going to die.
You got to breathe the other breaths is crazy.
Yeah, homie. You can't breathe your own breath.
You need some new breath at some point. Like you
got to have actual fucking, homie. You're just recycling your own bad breath. Shit, that's what happened, homie. That's why so many motherfuckers tearing out Achilles.
Oh, okay. All correlated. Maybe know when he said some bullshit because then he just stop and look up.
Nah, I'll look at the great rundown, homie.
Well, anyway, we got some more. I think we got some BPS now, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see that.
Let's go. Only in Baton Rouge, in front of the police station. Only in Baton Rouge. All black cops are Portuguese. I don't know who put this one in.
That's your boy.
Who?
Bailey.
But this is like his white side, though. You know, Bailey be like, you know what I mean? It depends what day you get him. That was that side.
See, I don't know what BPS white people shit is when they come on. I'm shocked as you.
I don't be knowing either. I ain't seen none of them.
Bad co-host, homie.
Well, hopefully we can bounce back with this last one. I think we got some MPS.
Wait, I don't get that whole last thing though. I don't get it
that either. I don't understand it. I don't know how to even respond to it or really react to it. Really, I don't really know what to even say.
Hold on. So Bailey be questioning what we say to get us banned,
right?
But this motherfucker put that on there.
This is way worse than the shit we talked about before the shit started. It's way worse.
Way worse.
This is like way worse. Like this ain't even.
Like this will never be no mainstream show would ever show that.
Are we a mainstream show?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. Free game, Brad Smitty. You should have a talk with him real quick. Go ahead.
We had the earlier conversation about about the chick with the stomach and the body and all that stuff. And you like, I don't know we're showing it. But then we went to this and brought the most racist thing we could have ever thought of.
Okay, so it's not a problem unless we say something, Smitty. So it doesn't unless you say it like.
Nah, see, this is you being young and just gotta learn, understand that just wasn't a good clip. It's okay. See, the young folks don't like the young folks don't like when you say something, they get so mad. It's okay. Like I fuck up. JB fuck up every day. It's okay. You ain't gotta be mad about it. It's all good. I fuck up every day, man. He's shaking his head left and right and shit. Like it's okay. Like JB, the young generation do not like when you say anything to them. That's why you stop coaching.
That's your generation.
How are we arguing about generations, Smitty, when I don't agree with you about something? When I could have said that video you bring in,
like I think you do that same shit for 2 years. You like, I fuck it.
Let's argue. You two argue the whole show. I want to watch.
I'm not mad. I'm just talking to him, but baby be getting pissed.
No, we good, bro. We got MPS still too.
That's what I want to see.
Don't apologize, Bailey. Then
I wonder what MPS gonna say. He's gonna say fucking
dickhead. Oh shit, homie.
Dickhead.
Come on, cut everybody electrical.
Dickhead. Yo.
Wait, is that barking, homie?
Yo, he's a dickhead, yo.
Hell nah.
Whoa,
Get the fuck in the car. Get the fuck in. Do that. Yo, two-stepper.
How do we know it's MPS?
Yeah, like
get him.
Oh, here we go.
What the fuck?
That's a brother.
Come get him, yo. He burnt. Oh no!
I get BPS vibes.
No, that dude with the hat was the one driving. I think though, right here. I think that dude with the mustache and the beard was the one driving. I think that's why he put
that ain't Mexican.
That ain't Mexican. That's over there.
That's Hamas. You can say it. You can say Hamas.
I said it's over there. I don't know where over there is.
But I know what you meant. See, I know you so well. I know what you meant. I'll say it for you. Hamas.
I mean what I say. I say what I mean. Homie.
Yeah, it's Hamas.
Damn. Regardless, it's kind of crazy. It's like he lost his mind the way he's driving. Like he lost his mind. Look how he's driving around.
Lover said he lost his mind.
Man, now you got me saying the last word long now. Like it's your fault.
That was Juan in them.
Who?
Juan.
Who's Juan, homie?
That's probably who that is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's Jonathan Guerrero.
Like, Juans can do a lot in Mexican culture.
What you mean?
Because they can get away because that's Juan. You know Juan. You met a Juan before, right? Juan.
I know black Juans though. I got dudes out.
That's Joe. That's Joe Juan.
What we call him Juan though.
I know, but that's Joe Juan. Come on, homie. I'm from the hood, homie. That's Joe Juan, and he had a mama like 2 baby mamas ago was a Mexican.
I know a few Juans though. I like
2 baby mamas ago.
I got
the But the baby mama of Joanne is not Mexican at all. But he named the boy Joanne from 2 baby mamas ago when she was a Mexican.
Oh
So,
shit!
yeah, homie, that's why I fucked that. That's BPS. That's BPS macro. But like Juans can do a lot. Like happy 1-year anniversary. Like Juan, you know what I'm saying? They get away with a lot. Juan, they could use that. Like Juan and one is similar to taco and tackle. Like they taco me on my 1-year anniversary. So like
this show was insane. I don't know what to say.
The homie named Juan, and the motherfucker was like, "It's my 1-year anniversary." I was like, "With who?" It's like my wife and myself. I go, "Your name's Juan." He goes, "Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it. It's my 1-year anniversary." I was like, "What the fuck, homie?" That motherfucker called himself.
You making fun of them, motherfucker. You can't speak a lick of Spanish.
I do.
Say some Spanish right now.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
No, full sentence. Muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Hassan Cafe.
No, I said E2.
You know what Hassan Cafe is? Jason Brown. Ain't that right, Hector? Cisco. Ruben.
Jason S. Grande Cabeza.
Ruben has no Spanish. Pinche mamón. Anyway, let's move on. We got a lot going on.
You're insane. We're going to commercial break, homie, and then we're going to come back. Huh?
What time
it's almost 8. We're going to quick commercial break, and then we'll have a come back.
8.
Got one topic, then we got a guest.
8 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock.
It's damn near 8, homie. It's 7 o'clock.
That's fucking hypocrisy. Oxymoron is unbelievable in you.
It's damn near 8. So we're going to do a quick commercial break.
We damn near got a good show.
Makes no sense.
It's actually a slap in the face to the show.
Well, I'm just being real. Like, it ain't there yet, but we damn near there.
I mean, that's like, we're never going to get it.
What you mean?
Like, we're damn near, this is damn near a good show. That's kind of what you've said before.
I'm not satisfied with the numbers yet. We got 1169 on YouTube. I know you're satisfied with that. I'm not. So I'm saying we're damn near there.
I'm not satisfied at all. That's the lowest numbers we've had. By the way, we're going to be back, and guess what? Hopefully, Crystal, is this a woman?
Who you talking about?
Hold on.
Whoa, what you talking about? Nah, I mean, you got it. I'll let you handle it.
Why do I got it?
I mean, that's all you, homie. That's that's not, that's cool.
Kind of peeper though.
So that's what I'm saying. You got it. I don't think that's really. She's a CNA.
She's a what?
CNA.
I don't believe she is. I think she's an elementary school
LPN. She not. You know what?
Elementary school teacher, homie.
I thought it was Scrubs on.
She's a teacher, homie.
Them Scrubs?
No, it's like a leprechaun glitter.
Oh, like a glittery thing.
Yeah, she gets her homegirls to come over to her class. And the transgender community and teach our youth.
Third grade teacher.
She's the one teaching our youth like it's okay to be transgender and teach our youth transgender activities. That's this bitch. She has the red pink hair with the fucking over green fucking. It's a Karen, homie. She's an epitome of what the fuck the left is now in a classroom. She wants boys to play girls. Like, this is her. So I'm a racist. She's J and a small B, though, with the space. Why are you quiet? I mean, it's okay. It's free game.
No, I'm letting you handle that. Like, that's your beef. Like,
I don't have beef. I don't even know her.
She's a fan of mine, so I don't even say nothing. That's your
know. She like brothers?
Nah, but she didn't say nothing about Big Smitty. She said JB.
She absolutely likes brothers, though.
That's one-on-one beef.
Yeah.
You think so?
Would you hit?
Well, I'm married. I'm not hitting nothing.
I'm just saying you were married and then you saw the picture.
I still wouldn't.
Still wouldn't hit?
No, that's you.
Because you're racist? You don't like whites?
No, I didn't say that. I just, everybody got their own little, spin to it. Their own little whatever.
Chris, what's her name?
Who?
What was her name that called me that racist?
Leah? No, that was
Aaliyah, not even brought
that
up.
Was
what was her? What was her name? That white girl right there.
The white girl?
The one we just showed.
The white girl? I forgot already.
Crystal or something?
Crystal
Meth?
okay. Yeah.
Crystal Meth.
He sounds like he's done for the cause, but he's a low-key racist. He sounds like he's done for the cause, but he's a low-key.
He gave herself away. He's a dude.
It's not a teacher.
It's not a dude. It's a dude, too.
It's not a teacher either.
What cause am I down for? Are you white or black? I'm fucking confused as shit now. See, this is the problem. We get these white motherfuckers right like this who think they really grew up with brothers or something just because she got ran through by like 12 football players that were happen to be brothers. Like the football team ran the train on this bitch right here. And now she thinks she's like a sister.
When we come back, though, we got Caleb Williams news, Lamar Jackson acting debut, and we got way more of the Coach JB Show Big Smitty. I'm going to go ahead and fill my cup, take a piss. I'll be right back.
Fuck happened to him? Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking.
Star recruit Trey.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Just hit Illinois with the all-time disrespectful
all-time.
pump fake. All-time disrespectful pump fake. Take a listen.
It's not a pump fake.
I like to make my decision that I've been waiting for since I was in 7th grade when I got my first offer. I'm going to stay home and go to Illinois.
Wow, if only you could see my face in studio.
That's why I hate white moms.
This is whoa.
What?
This was super corny. Like, this is beyond corny. This is BC. This is beyond corny. And I blame the parents and the family members all surrounding them who decided to be a part of this and not check their son, their nephew, their brother, their uncle, whoever his connection is. But hey, bro, this ain't it. This is disrespectful. And it's not funny. It wasn't even executed at a high level. Even if you're gonna go that route, they ain't even do it well. The audio sucks. You didn't hear anything really. The setup sucked. He didn't even wear the hat long enough to add any sort of suspense. The whole thing was just shitty. He shouldn't have did it in the first place. Number one. Number two, the family should have been like, nah, son, that's not how we do it. We respect those teams that give us a scholarship because we understand that it's a limited number that each program gets, and it's a privilege and an honor for them to even receive that, regardless if you go to that school or not. I got one scholarship, homie. Thank God for that. I thank Ball State for the rest of my life for that. And any other offer that I would have got, I would have been the same amount of gratitude. So that should have been there. But then last but not least, if you want to be an asshole and do what you did, at least do it good. It wasn't even good. I couldn't even hear what you said, young man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I blame him, but he's the kid in the room. I blame the adults more than him, way more, because it should have been an OG in there who should have been like, nah, bro, come on. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You want to do something fun and creative? That's cool. Find a way to do that in a way that's still respectful to the other schools. All this, you ain't even that good, young man. You ain't even did nothing yet. Let's go see what you do at the next level. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jason.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're on that. I'm glad you didn't defend that. Fuck.
I don't know why you even said that. Like, why are you even leading with that? I don't defend everything.
But y'all want us to respect this fucking generation. Y'all want us to respect these bitch-ass motherfuckers. The parents are straight bitches. They actually allowed this to happen, as you just said, obviously in a much better and nicer way. This is so like, this is why you need JUCO. This is the kid I need to take to JUCO right here. This is the kid I need to put in football jail with me. And everybody on in that screen are absolute jokes. They're fucking jokes, homie.
That's his coach on the far right, I think.
The guy on the right's laughing.
That's his coach, ain't it?
These motherfuckers clowning and shit. I don't know who they are, homie. I don't give a fuck. This is what's wrong with these kids, homie. These motherfuckers sitting around them. Like, they think that shit's cool. If I'm Billima and I call Rule up and say, hey, dog, listen, I'm going to turn him down. and then he's going to come to you and turn him down too. The men need to start making an example of these bitch-ass kids, and that's just the fucking truth of the matter. Bielema should not take them. I mean, Rule should hit up Bielema. Sorry, I said it wrong.
Yep.
And say, hey, you know what? I'm not taking him. And then he's going to come back to you and say, fuck you. Like, that's what needs to happen, homie. Like, that's the truth. And this is the problem overall. This is the big picture of the problem. This kid is going to transfer right now. This is crazy stats, Smitty. The average kid from high school that enters college football on a football scholarship will transfer 3 times. I said it wrong. I said it right, but let me give you the percentage on that.
Do it again.
What do you think the percentage is that a kid now will transfer 3 times or more once he leaves high school and enters the Division I scholarship world? What's the percentage that a kid will transfer 3 times or more?
20, 25?
60. Homie, 60% you're going to...
Yeah. JB in the building.
Hey, 203 Grinch wants you to know something.
Okay.
You got Jason Tatum face.
Smitty, don't let JB fool you. Crystal knows her people. Appreciate that, 203. What's the 203?
I don't know. Why is he a member? He if I'm racist, why are you a member? No, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But listen, you got a fake picture, and the irony in this story is this statement is the white girl who said low key down for our cause is now on my side. What side is he on, homie? Wait. I'm confused, homie. You bitch ass 203 Grinch. Shut up. You wouldn't see me in a fucking fruit fight in the middle of the motherfucking fruit stand, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking fake fucks. Anyway, it's unbelievable. The irony is unbelievable to me, homie. It really is. It's actually embarrassing. I feel embarrassed. That's one reason why I want to go back and coach, so I could save a lot of these motherfuckers. But then I'm like, damn. Because see, the young football playing jacks out here, the Jimmies and Joes, want to be coached up. They want to, because they're really, hopefully they're there for football.
Right, a lot of them are.
But not, see, a lot of these dumb motherfuckers in the street ain't doing that no more. You know why? Because there ain't no real ones telling them nothing. Anyway,
Caleb Williams. He was so concerned about being picked up by the Bears in the 2024 NFL draft that he and his family consulted with lawyers to figure out a way around the NFL's collective bargaining agreement.
Is this real, Smitty?
According to a book review, I have no idea. But Bailey said it is. Bailey said it is real. And I do remember this part, like, you know, his stuff coming out about his father trying to potentially manipulate the draft. This is a quote.
I remember that, yeah.
Yep. I don't want my son playing for the Bears. That's a quote that came from, I guess, his dad, Carl Williams. So it sounds like he has an upcoming book that's getting released, is what I'm reading. And it's going to be kind of like a tell-all, whatever. It said that Williams was also considering signing with the UFL at the time. I guess to find a way around it. So
yeah, he'll end up there anyway.
So what's your takes on that? Like, it sounds crazy to me. I mean, at the end of the day, like,
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, getting drafted is an honor. It's a privilege. It's all that. And I get being like a quarterback and getting drafted to the wrong franchise, how like that can, hinder your career. I truly understand that, but it just like that's the name of the game. And yeah, we have a couple examples, I think Elway, Eli, whatever. But like for the most part, where you get drafted is where you go. And if you're good enough, a la Joe Burrow, you change that franchise around. You know, you take it from where it was at and you make it be a respected franchise. So luckily, you know, he went through with it. And I'm actually in support of Caleb Williams. I would say going into this next year, I believe he'll actually have a pretty solid, you know, sophomore season. I think they brought him all the help and stuff that he needs. I think he'll learn from last year. We saw flashes last year as well, even in some losses of like some greatness. So I do think he'll have a good year coming up. But yeah, the fact that his dad was involved in this and getting him to, you know, I guess basically try to get Chicago not to draft him and do all this, like that's kind of crazy to me.
It's just telltale. It's not even like worth a rant, because like this is what I've been saying for years. This is daddy ball, helicopter, mom, parent. This is what we get. This is college, transfer portal. This is what it is. This is the world we're in now. So it's not even rant worthy. The issue is Chicago Bears. And I want to flip the question on them. And I want to ask you, if you're the Bears drafting this position and you heard this and you actually told him, because I read the whole thing.
Yep.
When I saw this and it said on there specifically, we're drafting you, Caleb, regardless of what you think or want. And they told him, we're drafting you.
Yeah,
and apparently the dad and reached out to polls and said, we'd like to be a Viking and whatever you got to do. So my question to you is, if you're a Bear drafting GM, coach, etc. I get it was Eberflus at the time, but let's just say GM wise.
Yep.
Would you want a disgruntled employee with drama and baggage? Would you want to draft a guy? And this is why I want to ask you this though. I want to full circle this.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels, you could have got. You could have got Jaden Daniels, homie, who now retrospectively and
right.
We get all that, and probably wouldn't have had the same year in Washington with the OC and Eberflus getting fired and all that. Just let's say the same thing Caleb went through, Jaden would have went through in Chicago. I don't think he has the same year as he has in Washington. But having said that, I also said Jaden's the best QB in that draft, and I believe it's true. So you could have had Jaden Daniels though, who wanted to play for whoever drafted him.
Right.
That's the key. I don't want disgruntled employees, homie. Like, not as an organization. Because in 2 years, and this is year 2, it could bite you in the ass. Now this cat is a bust. Let's just say he's a bust or he has a horrible sophomore year, and now we're like, oh. And then you start to hear this again. Why is this coming out right now again?
Because the book is getting released, apparently. And in that
who's writing the book?
I don't. Is it the father?
Again, that's just foul, homie. Foul on every.
I'm asking. I'm not saying it's a
father. No. I know, but if it is, I'm saying it's again foul.
It's not the father. It's an ESPN senior writer named Seth Wickersham.
Oh, okay. So it's a writer. It's a writer. Okay.
Yeah. So not his dad, but still.
That helps.
I don't.
Real quick to answer your question though, you know why it's tough? Because if you go the route in what you're saying, we don't want a disgruntled employee. Let's go somewhere else. Now you're kind of feeding into the monster that you actually don't like even more, and giving power to the players even more. So now you're saying, if I'm a guy who's about to get drafted, I can just say straight up, I'm not playing for you, and basically force where I want to go. So you know what I'm saying? So like.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's like on one side, I kind of respect the Bears. Like, nah, we believe you can help our franchise get further along. Whatever little emotions you got right now, get over it. We're gonna draft you, and we'll get better. I kind of respect that. You know what I'm saying? Not letting him get his way. But on the flip side, I feel what you're saying. It's like, damn, I don't like that. I don't want that as my leader in my locker room. So it's kind of like it's a weird position to be in.
The only macro level to that thinking is it's not necessarily the same, because you said you would go to the UFL. Then go, homie. Let's see it. That's where I would have threw it back at his ass. Oh, you want to go UFL? Cool. I'll take Jaden Daniels. You go to the UFL. And then that's when I say the NFL needs to step in to other franchises and say, all right, motherfucker, you've said that to one team, then you'll say it's all team. Are you going to go to fucking who was real shitty last? Are you going to go to the 2 years ago, or the Bucks, or New Orleans, or the Raiders, or you're not going to go there either? So you're gonna just Jacksonville? You're gonna just dismiss half the NFL? Like, that's when the NFL. That's why I say in the portal, the coaches got to stop taking other people's trash when they go to the portal. If the coaches stood on business and said, "Nah, you're tampering," meaning you're calling us. You're calling the coach during the season for another team as a player. Then that coaching to say, nah, stand on business. Nah, dog, that's foul. You're doing your team like that. If we did that collectively, then we would stop this shit. That's like kind of the point I want to make. But I get what you're trying to say and do. I know what you're saying, and I agree with you. I'm like, but at the same time, I'm like, well, shit, I ain't going to take you if you're going to be that guy and you want to go to UFL. Go ahead then. Go make your bed and lay in it. That's how I would have said. But I don't know. It's interesting. This is just not a good look for a quarterback. I just don't understand why we continue to see quarterbacks in the media for the wrong reasons. Quarterbacks used to be like the one that set the example, set the standard. We didn't have these things aren't in the job description of a quarterback. I just don't understand. In the job description, it just doesn't. These other outlying fucking noises don't fuck. It's about developing, getting better, doing the things you do. And then the rumor came out, Smitty, and I don't know if we have a video or picture or whatever, but the video came out of him saying, I don't know how to watch film. They just threw me in a room, and I sat there and watched film by myself. I didn't even know what I was looking at. What?
I didn't see that video. Damn.
Oh, yeah, it's out there. And then you got guys like Chase Daniel and other former NFL players coming out like, what? But then I've been tagged like 5 times on this because I've been telling on this show, I've been saying it with us for 2 years, and I've been saying it before that. Coaches ain't coaching these cats no more. That goes back to the whole white coach, black quarterback thing that I've been saying for 3 years that everyone either agrees or disagrees with me on. Like, the bottom line is, we throw these cats into a room. We don't teach them shit. So let me ask you something. I get that you're in the NFL. You don't have a veteran leader type of quarterback, let's just say.
Yeah.
Let's say a lot of guys that get at rookie jobs have a veteran. Let's say you had a Tom Brady that teaches you how to watch film or at the NFL level.
Joe Flacco, whatever, yeah.
But I want to know, what the fuck did they teach you in college? You're at a Division I, homie. College football coaches are considered professional coaches.
Yeah,
they get paid professional money. You didn't teach Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley how to watch fucking film? You had him at Oklahoma and at SC, and he won a Heisman, did he not?
Mm-hmm.
He don't know how to watch film? I'm trying to figure this out, homie, because Bailey, I don't know if you got the maybe you could find Chase Daniel video he did on this particular topic and show it, because I would love to show it, because I was talking to Shaun Salisbury about this particularly. Smitty, you go to watch film real easy. You watch the game. Let's just say we're in season.
Yeah.
Sunday, you watch the fucking film. Same as college. It's just Saturday, right? Saturday, then Sunday, I'm watching film. In the NFL, Monday, I'm watching Sunday's game film.
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm watching game film. Tuesday, it's off.
Yep.
Guess what I'm doing? I'm not only cleaning up what I watched and getting my grades from my coach and everything. I'm sitting there with probably my coach. If I'm by myself, though, and the coaches are working, then guess what? I'm going through all my fuck-ups, and let's say I got loafs or I got minuses. I'm going through all the minuses, making a cut up, and then I'm watching all the minuses, and I'm like, all right, where's my footwork here, blah, 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 blah. But all day on Tuesday, I'm not leaving the office on Tuesday when I'm $100 million quarterback, and that's my job, homie. Yeah. I'm not going nowhere, and that's the love of the game. See, that's why I fight the love. I used to love being in that motherfucker watching football film on me, especially when it's me, myself. It's less interesting when I'm watching an opponent who I'm about to play.
Yeah, at some point, your attention span, you're right.
It's still scouting report, and I'm getting ready as a professional to break down my opponent. So I'm probably watching 4 or 5 opponent films for my next game. I'm watching all the games we have as a staff cut up in there.
Yeah.
And I'm watching my next 4 opponents. All right. So I'm watching my next 4 opponents on a Tuesday off day. Then on Wednesday, I'm going in, and my staff probably has, down and distance pressures already cut up. So I know my first and second down pressures, what I'm going to see by this opponent.
Yeah.
And I'm really watching that early the rest of Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning practice, or Wednesday, let's say morning, I come in on Wednesday, I'm watching third down pressures and blitzes. Then on Wednesday, what we're doing on that day is probably practice in pass game 7-on-7 Skelly. We're probably watching or facing against Cards first and second down early pressures. So I watched it on Tuesday already. So now on Wednesday's practice, I know what we're doing schematically on that. Then on Wednesday, I go in the film room after practice, watch that practice.
Yep.
Then I'm watching third down pressures for Thursday's practice. Like it's not really it's not really scientific here. Like this is just now. I understand I've been coaching, so I'm giving you like
different for you though. Yeah.
So, and I'm not even knocking Caleb Williams as a professional watching film because it's different a little bit.
Yeah.
But he should have known the basics, which I just said like this from Lincoln Riley. Because Alan in the chat knows the basics from being with me in JUCO. And that's no different. When he went D1, guess what? It's the same thing. We structured it that way. So when they leave me, they go D1 and they know what the hell first down pressures are. Second down and short, second and medium, second and long. And then the run game's a whole nother thing. So you're there on a Tuesday off day. You better be there from fucking, I'd say 8 because it's off day. But if it was a work day like Wednesday morning, I'm there at 5 or 6 because practice probably at 10, meetings probably at 9. We're going to practice at 10. So I'm at 5 or 6 as a quarterback.
Right.
But let's say the Tuesday off day, I slept in a little bit. 8 o'clock, I got there. I'm not leaving till at least 8 o'clock that night. At least 8 o'clock that night. And that's my off day. Because I'm still watching my film from Monday's correcting my mishaps. Then I'm getting into the opponent that we play this Sunday. And I just don't understand the whole I don't know what I'm doing. I was thrown into a room to watch film by myself thing.
Now, just to be clear, can you put that quote up one more time, Bailey? I'm sorry. Just so I can look at it verbatim what it says. No one tells me what to watch. I just turn it on. So that's the exact actual
That's what he told his dad.
That's what he told his dad. And again, I hate that. I
shit.
hate the little one. It's so hard because I'm sure it's more to this than this. I mean, the way I'm just reading this one line that we got or 2 lines, whatever. It's just saying that when he goes into film, there's no actual game plan. He just goes in, turns on a game, and just starts to watch and tries to pick up tendencies. But there's not like a coach saying, "Hey, go watch this game, and try to focus on boom, 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 or boom." Like there's no direction. Is what I'm taking from this. It's him just I'm just going in, I turn it on, and then boom, and it's like whatever I can pick up from is what I pick up from it. It's how I'm taking it. I didn't take this as if I just don't know how to watch film. I don't know. I didn't take it like that. I took it like he just, they're not hand holding me at the league. It just go in here, know what you're doing, go, be a pro and go watch it. That's how I took it. So, but yeah, regardless, it's crazy. All this is coming out, but again, it sounds like it's coming from a journalist. So I get from their perspective why they want to write a book. It's going to probably do well because of the name and that he's writing about. But hey, regardless, he's a Bear, and he played last year. Highs, lows, and they're building their team around him. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
No doubt. But anyway, we got a special guest joining us, Smitty. The pride of a K-State Wildcat, a long lineage of unbelievable linebackers that's come through K-State. And 10-year NFL veteran, man. Ben Lieber joins the show. Appreciate him coming in.
Yeah.
Ben, how you doing, brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How you guys doing?
Man, I appreciate you coming. Hey, you got to tell me, so are you born in Iowa, moved to South Dakota, back to Kansas?
Wow. Wikipedia is pretty accurate. Yes. So,
I mean, that's I was three places I never wanted to recruit. God,
I was born in Iowa.
You're from the worst recruiting hub in America, those 3 states.
Yeah.
How did you make it to the NFL? God.
Well, the thing is, you wouldn't have known me. I had to go. I was like a lot of other under-recruited guys. I had to go be seen. Listen, South Dakota football now. So it was Iowa. My dad took a job in South Dakota when I was in middle school. We moved to South Dakota. My town in South Dakota, you take out the University of South Dakota, it's about 5,000 people, general population. So we're a small South Dakota school. Nobody recruits that area. Now you're finding some big-time studs. I mean, it seems like they all go to basically North Dakota State and Iowa if they're from South Dakota now. But I was recruited. I answered a recruiting letter from Kansas State, and my parents, didn't have a ton of money. I actually want to go to University of Colorado's camp, and they're like, "Whoa, that's like, $600, and K-State's like $300. So how about K-State? I'm like, sure, let's just go. I knew nothing about K-State. I go down there. I must have played well at the camp. And about 3 weeks later, they sent a letter, again, dating myself here, and there's no social media. They sent a letter just saying, hey, we want to offer you a scholarship. And so I took it. That's it.
Hey, you know why? Because a JUCO guy found you. And that's why we're the best. I'm just telling you. Like, Venables found you, Garden City JUCO coach. That's where he got his cut. He goes to K-State with Snyder. You know, Billima and all these guys came, and all these other guys came to coach backers over the time. K-State and Snyder just seemed to have always found the coach that knew how to find diamonds in the rough for some reason, especially during that era. Marvin Simmons, one of my former kids, went there, played for Snyder there, and you had all those linebackers. Then, gosh, damn, what's his name? Jeff Kelly, who's also a Garden City backer.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I'm like, you got to know Jeff Kelly.
Yeah. My old mentor and coach Liker, coached him at Garden. And then you had, what's his name? Travis Oaks' brothers played with me at Fort Hays State in Kansas. And then Mark Semino, his sister, and I are really good friends. I've known her forever, and I know Mark forever. So that was, you got some legends, man.
Yeah, listen, I didn't realize what I was really walking into, but yeah, Dirk Oaks, I was scared of him for a long time.
No doubt.
You know, I got to be good friends with Travis, his brother, he was the guy that was hosting me on my recruiting trip, he and Mark Semino. And I remember meeting Dirk, and I'm like, why is this guy always pissed off? Like, why is he always mad? Is this how Division I football is? Then
hey, what were you guys called? Were you guys called the lynch mob or something?
We're still called the lynch mob. And I got to be honest, I don't know how we get away with it. In this day and age,
yeah.
I don't know how we get, there's so many sensitivities in this world. I don't know.
Kansas.
Yeah, I know, but they're doing it on national TV. I mean, the guys are throwing up the lynch mob, you know, and I'm like, people are asking what it is. I'm like,
I think it helps. Smitty can answer it because he a brother. I'm just fucking with him. But the lynch mob is Ice Cube. Growing up in LA, the lynch mob had its own like culture in a rap game. Like Ice Cube had a whole album and a whole crew called Lynch Mob.
Yeah.
So I think it helped that too. And that was around the time that I remember you guys late 90s or mid 90s or whatever when it started to create. Probably right before you, right? You got there early 2000s. So yeah, I think it helped. I don't know, but it is awkward. It is wild. But it is what it is. Appreciate you hopping on, man. A lot of K-State, Kansas stories. I'm sure my former boss, we've had a lot of K-Staters on lately. She's a legend, Hall of Famer there. She's in the rafters in the basketball arena, Tammy Romstead, so Olympian and everything else. So she was my athletic director there in Independence, Kansas for 4 years. So a lot of Kansas history in the room, man. So
for sure.
And thank you. Hey, so were you with the Chargers? You played with, I think, one of my receivers, though. Nate Turner was there with you.
Yeah, Nate Turner was there.
Orlando, linebacker Orlando. Ruff. He's my neighbor.
He is?
Yeah, Orlando's my neighbor, yeah.
No,
and he's also my lawyer.
Yeah, well, tell Big O I said hello.
I will.
It's been a while, man.
I just texted him and said you're on, so yeah. And then we have Eric Guedo on our show every week, so E-Dub, so he's a legend there in San Diego before obviously moving to LA. So anyway, we got a lot of questions for you. I appreciate you.
For sure. And let's start right there. I mean, you get drafted to the then San Diego Chargers, man. Obviously, we just left the draft about a month ago. Like, let's start there. Like, you get the call, you're going to be a San Diego Charger. Take us back down memory lane. Like, what was that feeling like? Knowing your background, your history, coming from like a small town, and where JV calls the areas that you wouldn't recruit at, you know what I'm saying? And now you're getting drafted to the NFL. Like, what was that feeling like?
I mean, it was surreal. The whole process was pretty surreal. I didn't have, going all the way back to childhood, I didn't have NFL aspirations. I was not one of those guys that, can remember back to when you're 5 years old, wearing a jersey saying I'm going to be in the NFL and putting it on your yearbook and all this other stuff. Like that was not me. Like I wanted to be an astronaut, I watched Space Camp as a kid and I'm like, that looks like the coolest job ever. I want to do that. Yeah. Because we weren't exposed to it back in the day, I think being a professional athlete was just, I mean, it didn't even make sense to put your brain behind it. So the whole process was just crazy. Back then it was a 2-day process and not a 3-day process. So I was told by my agents that I could go anywhere between late second and like the 4th round. So that puts your anxiety level at about 5 o'clock on a Saturday that could bleed into the next day on Sunday and just kind of waiting around. And so I didn't have a huge party. I just had my immediate family, some friends over to my apartment. And I thought the Chicago Bears were going to take me late in the second. That's kind of what, based on interviews and some of the steam that they were giving my agent, that's what they were thinking. And so we were watching late on Saturday night, the Bears trade that pick in the 2nd round. And I'm like, well, I don't know who else is interested. All these teams, I now learn, keep everything pretty close to their chest. So I didn't know who was going to draft me. We get into the 3rd round and then the phone rings. And the funny thing is, Minnesota, the Vikings were next on the clock.
Okay.
And so I thought it was the Minnesota Vikings. I pick up the phone and it's not. It's John Butler, who was the new GM in San Diego. I talked to him and I'm like, San Diego? I'm like, hey, what's going on? And it's like, I'm just like all those other guys you see on TV now. I'm like, hey, yeah, great. Yes, I'd love to be a Charger. Okay. And then they hand you off to all these other people. And I'm talking to Coach Schottenheimer, and the whole room's just like silent, just like watching me on the phone. And then I get off for 3 minutes or so, and I'm like, I'm going to San Diego. And then you see it pop up on the screen. So it's crazy how it all happens. You wait around all day long. I was a nervous wreck. My brothers and my dad are playing cards, having drinks, and I'm just sitting on the couch, just chewing my nails. And then we go out and celebrate. And then we drank about every damn thing in Aggieville that night at about 9 o'clock.
Hell yeah, love it. Hey, so so right now, currently, you're doing what, sideline stuff for the Vikings?
Yeah, so during the season, I am the radio sideline analyst for the Vikings on the flagship radio station here in the Twin Cities, KFAN Radio. And then I also co-host a lifestyle TV show on our ABC affiliate in the afternoons. That's a daily show. So
Nice.
every day from 3 to 4:30, we are live talking lifestyle stuff. We're food, fashion, and fun.
All the ladies in the chat, I know you guys like what you're seeing, so go follow him. Go follow him, Lucy, Jada, all you guys. Real quick, what got you? So you get scooped up by the Vikings, I know, in your career. I think later on, right after your deal in San Diego's done. Is that something you like? You wanted to stay in Minnesota after football? Is that why you're here specifically, or what? Or just kind of how it fell?
Yeah, you know how life circumstances. My wife and I end up having kids. Like when we were in San Diego, it was the best. We intentionally did not try to have kids. We're like, let's just continue to be young. Older kids in life. Enjoy San Diego, which was awesome. One of the best decisions that we made. And then when I got up here to Minnesota, I was like, all right, I'm 29 years old. She's 30. Let's if we're gonna do this, let's do this. So we have 3 kids now. And then when I got done playing, it was, where's the best place to raise a family? And we just kind of did, the pluses and minuses and all that. And the Twin Cities just came out on top, especially with job opportunities for me being so close to the Vikings still. So it was kind of an easy decision. So that's why we're still here. We've been here almost 20 years.
Man. I want to go back to your Chargers, Tom. You played on some really good teams, man. I think it was 2004. You guys, I think went like 12-4, won the division. You were there with obviously LT, Breeze, Tonio Gage. Just talk about, I guess,
we just had Merriman on. We just had Shaun on.
Oh, we did. Just talk about how loaded though, some of those teams were, how good you guys were, and then also to follow that up, I guess, what was the issue? What was the thing that kind of kept you guys away from like getting to that big game, like during your time there?
Well, let me just first say by saying, you guys had Merriman on, you said?
Yeah, we did.
All right. So Shaun and I did not get along for a while. Shaun and I are boys now.
Yeah.
But so I kind of smile because, we're all competitors. We had changed from a 4-3 to a 3-4. I went 1 year to 3-4. it was a good year for me, but I'm not an outside rusher. You know, I did my best, but you know, I have my blinders on thinking that this is the best season I've had. I contributed in so many ways. The coaches were all super happy with what I did. And then we go out and draft a first rounder out of Maryland as an outside linebacker. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
He's coming for my job.
I like it. Let's go.
Yeah. So, so I was.
So you were like, this guy's getting drafted to take my spot.
Exactly. And so, you know, and we kind of got off to a rough start. You know, he probably doesn't even remember this, but it sticks in my mind. But we put all the rookies in a hotel down from Charger Park, about a mile, maybe less than a mile. I'm driving to practice during training camp, and it's hot out and all this other stuff. And I see him walking on the side of the road, walking to the facility. So I'm like, hey man, you want us to jump in? I'll give you a ride. He's like, absolutely. So he jumps in. We take the short ride to Charger Park. We get out, and there's not even a thank you, not an acknowledgement, nothing. And I'm like, man, what a little punk, you know? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm trying to be nice vet here. He's trying to take my job. I'm doing the right thing. And we just never got along when he was there. Well, because, you know, I got my panties in a bunch because he wants my job.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, so now thinking back, are you kind of respect it, huh? Like, all right, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. I would have done, you know, similar things. I mean, maybe I would have at least said thank you getting out of the car. But I think that, you know, my head would have been down too. And my head would have been like, I got to go out and I got to get this guy's job. You know, I'm a first round draft pick. I got a lot of expectations. I got to go out and prove myself. So, so there was that sort of that conflict, I think, between us. I was sort of nonverbal. Now we're boys. Now every time we see each other, we laugh, we hang out, all this other stuff.
And you were in the league, what, a year already or two prior?
I was going into my 4th year.
Okay, so you're a veteran. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
no doubt.
So anyway, it's I love seeing what he's doing now with all of his lights out stuff and all of his MMA stuff. So it's great. But anyway, to get back to your question, Big Smitty, is I remember getting in the locker room.
Darnell.
And Junior Seau's there. And I'm like, okay. This dude is an icon. He's already a Hall of Famer. I mean, I think he was in his 10th year at that point in time, you know, been to, you know, he's like 5-6-time All-Pro already, all this other stuff, right? Like you could tell immediately, like the magnetism that this guy had was astronomical. Everybody just wanted to be around him. He wanted everybody around him. He lit up every room that he walked into. And then fortunately for me, he was super cool. And he just took me under his wing. I got to know all of his people in his inner circle outside of football. And, you know, I think part of it is like he wanted me to pay for lunches at all the linebacker lunches. But, you know, he had such a way about him. And then you throw in LaDainian and Drew and Rodney Harrison and Marcellus Wiley and I'm in a huddle my rookie year. They kind of quickly moved me from second team to first team in mini camp. And I remember just dying. I was so tired because I was doing all the special teams. I was taking a lot of the 2s reps and then I was getting 1s reps. And I remember one time I didn't buzz out to the flat fast enough because I was gassed out. And Rodney Harrison cussed my ass out in the huddle. And I'm like, damn, man, like this is what the NFL is like. This is like, it's crazy. This is unrelenting, dude. Like I'm not even in pads right now. We're just in helmets and spider pads, and like I'm dying. I'm getting cussed out by another vet who I respect. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can hack it. That first year was kind of rough because it's like so much is thrown at you, and you have these big personalities that are just like on top of you all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. 10 years in the league. That's a hell of a deal, you know. And you can pass like as a USO, so I know why Junior took you around Oceanside and shit. I already know you can pass, no doubt. You can pass. We got some USOs in the chat right now watching. So, and Marcellus is a good friend of mine. Grew up with him and worked with Smitty here.
Well.
Yeah, so he didn't know you very long though. But yeah, anyway, I'm fucking with Smitty. Let me ask you something real quick. So, what's your big takeaway right now in the current landscape? You're on the sideline. You get to see these guys. And you played in the kind of the era where we banged still, and we hit, and we had kickoff return, and we had real football.
Don't say we, but yeah.
I meant. So I'm 2 years older than Ben even. But anyway, Where are you at now watching this? Is it totally night and day, or are you like, it's still football in the trenches, but outside of that, it's kind of 7-on-7? That's what a lot of guys are saying now on the show. Where are you at with what you're seeing sideline-wise?
I think the pendulum's swinging back the other way. And,
Really?
I'm not saying that just because of the way Philadelphia won this year. I think it's been happening slowly.
Yeah.
The last maybe 2 or 3 years, I think the trench play has become, much more, I guess, more old school, back to the physicality. I think we're starting to understand that the run game is important now, and nobody's saying that we have to bring back Jerome Bettis by any means. But I think the importance of finding some balance and beating people up. We went from 7-on-7 league where linebackers are smaller. Everything was about speed, spacing, making people miss, breaking tackles in the open field. And now they realize, man, we can psychologically take these guys' soul in the second half if we just attack these guys downhill. And so I'm seeing a little more physicality in the game. Now, practice is like pretty soft, These guys,
it's crazy.
They don't really practice that hard physically. I know that they're increasing some of the live type stuff in practice. So they're getting their reps in, but you know how it is back in the day. It was, true two-a-days. We were banging all the time. I mean,
harder than the game, huh? Harder than the game.
Harder than the game. I mean, I still remember Lorenzo Neal, who and I, we were going against each other in practice all the time. Oh, he looked like a Ninja Turtle out there with his big old shoulder pads on and his neck roll, and he's just walking around, and he's all gruff and pissed off all the time too. And he's in practice on Wednesday and Thursday, and we're in 9-on-7. And he's like, man, why are you going so hard? I'm like, because I got Greg Minuski up my ass as a linebacker coach. He's telling me to get after you. We can't brother-in-law right now because, I don't know, it's week 14 of the season, and we're still banging each other. So
that's shot though, huh?
Yeah.
Shotty, yeah.
He didn't play those games. I know I had too many people play for him. He was just full. He was old school. He was
old school. And the thing is, Brad Childress, when I got to Minnesota, we thought coming from a West Coast system in Philadelphia, we're like, these are going to be like easy training camps. Like we're good. And the very first padded practice that we had with the Vikings, his first year back in 2006, he calls up practice after individual period. And we're like, man, what's he calling up practice for? Like, this is awesome. Is he going to throw us a bone already?
Right.
Like, are we going to go bowling or something?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah. So we all circle up, and he's like, listen, next 2 periods, we're going live to the ground. And we're like, what? I'm like, what? Like, for real? We're going live to the ground? And it was like, move the ball, situations. And it was like that. We were full pack hitting each other for like 10 days straight. Like, it was no joke. It may have been worse than Schottenheimer's camp. And you did that basically his first 2-3 years I was with him.
Damn. Yeah, Brad's a gutty cat too now. Hey, was Wayne Nunley there with you in San Diego?
Yeah. Nunley was there too.
Yeah, I know Wayne my whole life, man. So a lot of people don't know Wayne's kind of an innovator. He was the one that created this stick with the football on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Really? And he sold it to the NFL and probably got screwed, man. To this day, he regretted it. I know.
Every team ever uses that. High school, college. I'm a former D lineman. We all we live by that.
Hey, Wayne invented it, Smitty, and he did it with a broomstick and glued a ball on it one day years ago, and then sold it patent to NFL, I think, for only a couple mil, man. And now that thing is sold everywhere on every which way you can think of. That boom. That he was doing that shit in JUCO college.
It's so simple, but so important. That's crazy.
Yep, crazy. Shout out to Wayne, man. He used to get after it too. Ben, where you at with this off season, real quick, with your Vikings? I just got to ask because Sam Darnold, watching it, having played him in high school here as a coach, and then seeing him at SC, and then I'm kind of one of the guys on his side. I think he just needed the structure and an offense, which he got and started and balled out for you guys last year. And obviously hit a wall. You guys didn't do what you wanted to do. Had to come out west. The Rams were on a little heater. They get by you, and now get rid of him. You're on to a guy that hasn't played yet. Is that really where we are? And then how true was it that you guys were trying to get Aaron?
I'll start with the Aaron thing. I think that the way I understand, there are conversations for sure. You know, KOC and Aaron know each other. They have a history together, obviously respect each other. And I think that there was this an open dialogue of like, okay, if you're interested, what's it look like? And I don't know. I think every team has to make that phone call. You have to have that dialogue and that communication, because this guy's a Hall of Famer that, you know, just has that sort of it factor. And if you can get him in the right situation where he's happy, who knows what can happen. No idea what that dialogue was. Obviously, it wasn't a serious conversation. I don't know how much they actually, you know, really contemplated bringing him in here. But the way I understand it with JJ McCarthy is this was going to be his team. The Vikings for a long time wanted to get out of these major guaranteed contracts with Kirk Cousins. And they want to be able to spend some money and have some flexibility to build the roster and build the depth. And so I think that was one of the first things with this new regime coming in with Kwesi and KOC was, okay, let's see if we can sort of get rid of these big contracts and go young and see what that looks like. And so when they drafted McCarthy, to me, that was the wraps for everything for the next 10 years, hopefully, was he's going to be the guy. We're going to get him on a rookie deal. You're going to have to pay him, obviously, after that rookie deal. But here's how we can build a roster. And that's the plan that they wanted to stick to. So when they brought Darnold in, you know, I was saying even halfway through the season when he was on a heater and he was playing almost at MVP level, I said, it doesn't matter if this guy takes us to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter if we lose or win the Super Bowl. It's not his team. Like, he's going to say, thank you guys so much for getting me in my next contract. We're going to say, thank you so much for bringing us to where we were going. And it's a mutual handshake agreement that this is a one-year bridge quarterback situation. And a lot of people don't realize that McCarthy was almost beating him out in training camp. He was playing that well until he got hurt. So there was a lot of optimism that at that point in time in August, that when McCarthy got hurt, they're like, this guy's got something, man. And so if he can accelerate in this program at this point, imagine what he can do with another offseason after he comes back from this injury and really leads this team. So that's where we are. We're super excited to have JJ. You know, we added to our depth, our roster immensely, solidified the offensive line. Donovan Jackson in the draft was a huge home run. You know, maybe not the sexy pick for fans, but it was a need at left guard, and then really penetrate. And then we added some good guys on the outside. So, you know, I couldn't be more excited for what the Vikings have here in the season.
So the fan base and everybody in Minneapolis is full on board with this JJ deal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say 80-90% of people that I talk to are super excited about it. I think that there was that small group of people that really wanted Aaron Rodgers to come just because they're like, why do we have, if Aaron is going to give us 1 year and JJ is going to take over after that, like, why can't we just have maybe this one magical year? Because we all had that taste in 2009 when Brett Favre came here when I was on the team and we went to the NFC Championship game. Everybody has that in the back of their mind. So like, why can't we have our cake and eat it too? Get Aaron here, have him do the same thing that Favre did, hopefully win the whole thing, and then it's JJ's team after that. I understand that, but I think it would have added just too much of a conflict in that quarterback room.
Yeah, like JJ has one more year, he has to sit out. It's like, you know, now he's probably not mentally, probably not fully all the way there. I can imagine, you know, I can see that. I can definitely see that, JB.
Only thing is, if that was the thing, then they would have just kept Sam. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's how I don't know. I'm just saying, if that's what their mindset, I think they're clearly like Ben saying, they're moved on to JJ, and it is what it is.
I'm excited to see JJ because, like, just look at like the way he was used in college under Harbaugh's offense. We know that was a run-heavy team and system, defense first. Like, I feel like I didn't get a chance to fully see his full slate of skills, but like, every time we speak with someone close to him or like, you know, with the team, they're all with their same like passion and energy. Like, this guy has it. This guy has the skill. He has everything. We saw a sneak peek of it in the preseason, obviously, last year, but you know, we didn't get a chance to see everything. So I can't wait to see him now.
Yeah, we'll see. Ben, man, we can't thank you enough, man, for coming on the show, and good luck to everything you got going on. And I'm sure all the ladies are gonna go watch your daytime show. And I'll tell Orlando and Nate and everybody that I saw you, man. And And appreciate you hopping on, man. Hopefully we do it again during the season.
Yeah, let's do it again. Thanks for having me on. Tell everybody I said hello. And yeah, let's do this. Let's not be strangers.
Definitely, brother. I appreciate you. Good luck and everything. Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
Take care. Bye-bye. Ben Lieber, man. K-State legend, man. A lot of linebackers came through there at that time. We got another legend coming on the show, too, after this. So, big time, all-time Atlanta Falcon tight end. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. Smitty was too young. Don't even know anything. So
it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. We the only show where, like, as co-hosts, like, we call each other out and shit. Like we go at it, you know, because like most like big shows, like behind the scenes, y'all don't know, but they do shit to support each other. Like if they know one of their hosts is like forgetting something, they gonna help them out. If they like, that's the whole. We the one show we actually try to not do that. We try to like hurt each other and fuck each other up. It's like it's so funny. Them motherfuckers said, "Yeah, JB, Big Smitty too young. He don't know shit about this guy. No prep, nothing." Like we tell it all. Woke up late. He wasn't ready. Like we give you everything. It's crazy.
Bailey comes on, disagree.
Right.
Cuss him out for.
I cuss Bailey out live on the show about the racist shit he put on there. Like it's crazy. Like we just do everything here.
Yeah, we don't prep nothing.
We don't do nothing. I told Perez to cut some clips live on the show yesterday, but he got mad. Like we do everything that's live, like right there.
Said he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
He draws the line. He draws the line there.
Yeah.
Not at any of this other shit we do. Bottom line is Joe Accord. Stop talking about the Vikings.
He loves it.
Fuck.
Skull.
You guys are shitty at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, you damn near shitty.
At the end of the day, you're still shitty. Like you got a good record during the season, but like you're still shitty.
I predicted 9-7. No, I'm sorry, 9-8 or 10-7 record for the Vikings this year, and like might be a wild card, maybe.
Like our social media clip cut artist Paris, she likes Superhead. Like we talk about it live on the show. Like it's
like why does Superhead follow her? Why are they friends? I got so many questions.
Like, I got questions for her husband. I got questions for Paris's husband.
Right? How did y'all meet?
Yeah, I want to know. Like, how's that all working out?
What was the first date like? Is there so many things? It just I don't know. This show's crazy.
I wouldn't have known what the first date was, but I get where you're
Superhead
going.
involved. It's just a lot. I don't know. I don't understand the Superhead connections. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You did Lee, of course. It's just a lot on this show.
Who?
I think it's just a lot on this show. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I heard you say his name.
That's a lot. No,
funny. I haven't seen her today.
Yeah, she ain't watching the show. Unfortunately, must have pissed her
Friday. She had a big night last night, but I don't know.
You must have pissed her off or something. But I know one quarterback that we can talk about here before we go to our. Hold on, what time is our guest coming on? 8 or 8:30?
8:30.
Right. Later, 8:30. Okay,
yeah.
So we can't end the show early. So all right, let's go to one of my favorite QBs in the game right now, Lamar Action Jackson. Man, he's having a big time off season, and he made his acting debut alongside rapper Joey Badass, who right now I think is in a little rap beef with another cat from Kendra's crew. We'll talk about that a little later though. But yeah, Lamar Jackson makes his acting debut in the Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. Assassinated a guy, and we got the video. Let's check it out.
Last I heard, 5-0 don't know shit. Wasn't nothing.
Horrible editing.
You a big old buck, huh? Fuck they feeding y'all New Jersey niggas. New York niggas.
Fuck you doing? I just need to talk to him, man. That's all.
Hey, yo, you Nate.
Shout out to Lamar, man. My man just building up his resume, man. I feel like if there was gonna be any year for him to do it,
remove him out of the show.
If it ain't my coach, it's gonna be him this year. Here you go, right here. Here go the scene. Watch it. Great acting ability right here. Pace, tone. Woo! Got that extender on it. You don't know about that, JB. Hey, the silence on that motherfucker. That's the mindset he got all season long. Remember his face.
I'm glad he wasn't turning this way.
That's not. He know what to do, homie.
I don't want to see no hood shit.
Why would you even say that though? Why would you even say that?
Because that's BPS.
It ain't BPS. How much WPS? Y'all shoot like that.
BPS. I don't know why they had him play this role. I was thinking more he should have been more fit for like a soap opera role, like Stephen A. or something. More of like a softer role, huh?
Because he ain't soft. He from the trenches. He from
Well,
South
he definitely
Florida.
not a killer.
He from
Definitely
South
not a
Florida.
killer.
You know
Definitely
where
not a
he's
killer.
from, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say he was a killer. He's in the NFL. You ain't a killer.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have killer instinct because he hasn't won the playoffs. So obviously,
he will win though. He will win. He
You
will
keep
win.
saying that.
Joe Burrow ain't won yet. Josh Allen ain't won
Well,
yet.
year four,
Lamar
year
ain't
four,
won
eight.
yet.
He got 4 years on him.
Stafford didn't win till fucking year 14.
Well, he wasn't on a Ravens team.
So we can keep going.
He wasn't on a Ravens team, homie.
Aaron
He wasn't on a
Rodgers got
Ravens
one
team.
fucking ring, homie.
He wasn't on a
Peyton Manning
Ravens
took him
team.
7-8 years to get a ring, homie. So if you're gonna do it, be all the way consistent with
Wasn't on a
everybody.
Ravens
Don't just
team.
point them out,
I
homie.
wish Stafford started off with the Ravens. Holy shit, he got like 8 rings.
Stop.
But anyway,
if he's as good as he say he is, Stafford should have
Yeah.
been better on that Lions team.
Right,
Joe
right,
Burrow got drafted by a team called the Cincinnati Bengals, who didn't do shit before he got there, had no O-line, and took
Stafford
to
threw
a
for
fucking
like
Super Bowl
40,000
in his
yards.
second year against the Rams. Stafford could barely make the playoffs, and he had one of the great receivers of all time, top 5 in Megatron, a freak. Somebody we've never seen in the receiver position and could barely make the fucking playoffs. I'm sorry, but the quarterback has to take some ownership in that, because you know why? Any other quarterback in their system, you put the blame on them. I like Caleb Williams. I like even Lamar Jackson. I like whoever else you don't like, you put the blame on the QB. But Matt Stafford's the one quarterback who you just like to coddle. Him, Danny Dimes, and fucking Sam Darnold. I don't know what they did for you. I don't know how much money that they paid you in your career, but stop it, homie. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit every single time. Be consistent with everybody. Go ahead.
Stafford threw for like 40,000 yards in Detroit.
And didn't win shit. So now you care about stats, homie?
No, I don't. You just said he was shitty, though.
I didn't say he was shitty. I said he
Yeah,
could not
you did.
win.
Go back and listen to what you said. You said he was shitty, homie. Stop. You sound ignorant. You sound ignorant. And ignorance is life-threatening.
I didn't say he was shitty.
You sound so bad right now.
Just like that parent said that you called him a bitch. You said you didn't. I didn't call him shitty. I said that they didn't win shit. You got to put the onus.
Make a commercial for Monday. Make it a commercial for Monday. Detroit was one of the worst franchises in football. I can imagine Lamar being on a shitty team. You know how many quarterbacks you defend that are on shitty teams? It's unbelievable. Now the hypocrisy is fully coming out, just like Lamar's perfume that he wore, but now he's a killer.
Question: were the Cincinnati Bengals a bad franchise before Burrow got there? I'm just asking you a question.
Were they? Yeah.
So no, I got a question. So why was Burrow able to take that shitty franchise to the Super Bowl?
That wasn't a shitty franchise.
Why was Stafford struggling to make a play? I'm just asking you a question. I don't know. You're the quarterback guru. I'm just asking a question. That's all I'm doing.
So wait.
Go ahead.
I'm
just asking a question.
Coach Lewis took Cincinnati to the playoffs every year for 8 years straight. I don't know. I don't know if Chad Johnson and them, they were on TJ, your boy, they were on playoff teams.
They had been gone. They had long gone, but Joe Burrow got drafted.
Carson Palmer and even Andy Dalton teams were in the playoffs.
Okay, well, let me bring up Barry Sanders.
Hasn't been like
you want to do that? Yeah, Barry Sanders.
But Cincinnati was never Detroit bad, homie. So you don't know football. You don't know football then. Because Cincinnati was never Detroit bad.
Super bad though at the time that Burrow got
fucking drafted. Not really.
Super bad.
They went to a Super Bowl a year later, homie.
Stop.
They went to a Super Bowl a year later, homie.
Joe Burrow. That's my.
No, it wasn't because of Joe Burrow.
Yes, it was because of Joe Burrow.
Stop. They weren't that bad, homie.
You sound horrible.
You don't know football.
You don't watch football.
I don't know football. Fuck.
Man.
Shit. I got a coach that don't know football. What the fuck are we doing?
The Bengals were fucking 6-10. I think right before the fucking Burrow got there.
Anyway.
Stop it.
Fuck. I knew it.
I
God
hate
damn it.
I hate you.
Can't stand you.
I hate you.
Difference between I love you though.
I love you too. Love
I don't love you though like that.
That's true. I don't love you. I don't like that either.
I just think like you're just not smart.
And I think you just a little dumb. We on the same page.
Anyway, no, you stop, Joe. Stop talking about the fucking Vikings. Give me the weather this weekend.
I'm off of shut up. Motherfucker, I don't care how much JB likes you. Shut up. Get off my dick. How about that?
Why you mad? Why you mad at Shaun, homie?
He be talking shit.
I love it.
He can give you your stats if you want to. I'm gonna still talk shit to him.
Keep talking shit, Shaun, to him.
Smitty don't know football at all. Motherfucker, you don't know me. Anyway,
your boy? Oh shit!
What happened? What you do? What's going on?
Huh?
What'd you just see?
Nah, the homegirl is doing some video, doing some modeling.
What she thinking?
Bailey will pop it in probably. But anyway,
let me see you something about. Let me see.
Huh?
You said the homegirl. Oh, I saw it yesterday. This ain't the homegirl though, but yeah, it's my cold.
It's one of them.
You don't know you at all. If you get on the show tomorrow, Monday.
Huh?
Get on the show Monday. If this is the homegirl, get on the show Monday.
Everybody in the chat, you've seen Smitty's horrible, shitty, fucking YouTube movie, right? Everyone has seen it? Better actor. Stephen A. Smith, Lamar Jackson, Big Smitty. Go. Put it in chat right now. You've seen his 10-minute short video on YouTube that he promotes on the show every day. It's a horrific show, movie. Lamar's horrible at debut or Stephen A.'s horrific soap opera debut. What do you think? Damn. What happened?
Who's this?
Here's the problem in my homegirl. But the problem is this, though.
She don't even know you.
The problem with this is.
Thanks, bouncer.
The problem with what?
Go ahead.
The problem with this is.
Little tan.
No ass, though. Fuck! I already know from the front view. Because you know, a real one, you already know from the front view, she has narrow ass.
It's not a big ass, but it's like it's still a nice one though. What I mean by that is like it's
nice.
smaller,
like regular white people.
There's a cuff underneath it, a small cuff. It's
not.
It's a small cuff. She's fit. She's an athlete. Works out. So it's one of those like
love Brazilians though. Love Brazilians. One of my favorite groups. I'll say that groups. Love it.
Yeah.
Smitty. Yeah, Alan. That's what I'm saying. It's just funny how we always hear that. It's crazy.
We're doing a show. I'm reacting to whatever topic y'all put on the screen. So that's what I'm doing. I didn't say nothing about it.
Fuck. No ass though. God. Anyway, my boy Theo Von went over to Qatar.
He don't even know you, but yep.
After choking out a cat in a Nashville nightclub and performed for our troops and did some comedy for him over there. He's like fully, you know what it is? He's real close with Trump's daughter. And crazy picture, by the way, the one on the right. But look at it, was a crowded ass spot, wasn't it? That's great. That'd be nice to do that in front of the troops, though. I would love me and you do a show in front of the troops. That'd be fire. I think they'd love us.
Got a long ways to go to get to that point, brother. You gotta keep working.
Not really. I make one call.
Gotta keep working. You keep talking about these one call, but you ain't doing the one call. So I've been for 5 years. We ain't did nothing like outside of our normal show. Like we ain't went to your boy restaurant yet. Did a live show. We ain't went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Did like a live watching.
Smitty said I don't know Theo. Yeah, I know. I actually know him really well, but. Yeah, Smitty just talking.
You know him. He don't know you. Yeah, that's different between me and you. People know me. I don't know them. That's the difference between me and you.
He had me on his show. I didn't have
like when I go out and about, people, that's Big Smitty. I don't know the fuck they are. They know me. I want to take
he had me on his show, so that means he knew me.
Yeah, you asked to be on his show because you were on the McAfee show.
I didn't even know. No, I did Theo's show. I did Theo's show way before McAfee.
That's how.
And I didn't even know who Theo Von was.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't know if you knew that. Yeah, can you? You can show it, baby. I didn't know you had it.
Yeah, I promise you, this is definitely court order. I'm just getting out of some time. Yeah, they said, dude, you want to go to the Middle East? And I'm like, the Middle East of what? Like, what do you even mean? You mean like Kentucky or what do you guys want? They're like, no, dude, the Middle East where the peace is. I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, if you're hiring me to go over there and help with peace, then things are not good. It is not going well because, I'm on TMZ right now having a bar fight in Nashville, so I don't think...
Do you think he asked Trump, like, before he gets arrested for choking that dude? Hold on. Let me stop right there.
I'm gonna get some water. You got.
We'll be back in 4 minutes. Smitty, man. Shout out, Leah. Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking. Here, this is the infamous one of the palm trees that Ash ate. So
Can't fucking believe you. See this fucking belt? You see this? Who just eats a whole fucking palm tree, man? You guys are fucking shitting. Just fucking unearthed the motherfucker. Ate the whole fucking thing. Like, who eats a whole fucking palm tree? Like, you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Now, let's shake now. Who did it? I'm gonna look at the fucking camera. Who fucking did it? Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Now, do we understand each other? Excuse me. There is no more fucking up palm trees. I'm tired of spending all this money, and now I've created a whole fucking barricade for you. So I don't want to have to dig this bitch out. I'm fucking dead. I'm old, my back hurts, I'm fucking stiff as a porn dick. Come here, sit down. Sit down. Boy, if you don't sit your ass down, now, you come over here with me. Come on. Here's what I had to do to fucking stop you. And I got a better, beautiful, bigger tree. So now, we are shitting in tall grass. Replanted it, bitch. Soiled it up. Put a little trellis in here. Put a bunch of fucking stones. Look like Stonehenge around this bitch. And now, Ash, are you gonna fucking try to dig this bitch out? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this again? So I had to. Ash, remember this? Remember you ate this? Did you do this? He ate once. I put this little moat around it. And just a sitting area. Come over here. We got the flat stick basketball court and driving range. So if I ever want to pull out the big dog, that's our net. All we do is just slap down our driving range, you know. And bam, swing away. And that's where we swing into the net. Jimmy crack corn on this hoop. And here's my RV parking where I park the whips. Let's take you out and show you a few. Out these double gates, I'll show you a few cars. Come on out. So right here, of course, is the bad boy. The last year they made this Cadillac EXT, one of a kind. Can't find these anywhere. And then you come out here, you got the 650i, BMW rag top, 500 to the rear, white interior. You know, can't beat it. This is my baby though, my truck. Full sound, custom sound system in both. Top notch, only as I do. And obviously, this is my crib. Oops. All right, that's JB's Cribs. Appreciate you jumping by, coming by. Listen, it's time to go. Now take your asses and get the hell out of here. I'm about to go cook some slapstick tri-tip. It's been a pleasure. Now go home. Peace. Get to look down on the property. That'll do it. Real close JB's Cribs. Peace.
Yo, we back. Last hour, make sure you hit that like button, you subscribe, become a member if you haven't already. We here, we live. And man, got a lot left for the show left. Big time guests coming up soon, man. Ed Smith. So make sure y'all tune in to that. What's good, Jason?
People would like to know why you changed shirts.
What you mean?
Someone said they like me in my color, and then you came back and wearing my color. So I'm just curious. I tried to throw it together.
I took the jacket off earlier because it was I was hot earlier, but then it got kind of cool in here, so I just put my jacket back on.
Yeah, she don't like the same color on you.
What are you talking about?
Just because you wear red on me doesn't mean it looks good on you. I'm white. It's different. It pops different.
What are you talking about?
You might look better. Stop. You might look better like in blue or red or like orange or something. But my color is this, and she knows that.
Bro, I just put a jacket on because it was right. Cold in here. I don't know.
I've never seen you wear a red jacket. Never.
Red's my favorite color. Everybody know that. Anybody who know me know red's my favorite color. I said that on the show actually multiple times before. You know that.
It's crazy. It's just ironic. That's all. Shout out to Leah.
Shout out to Leah. Shit.
Crazy. That's wild.
What it is. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Lucy. Shit. That's who I really rock with anyway. So let's keep the show rolling.
By the way, people hit me up. They want us to do a poll read on from the Discord on cereal. So I guess my vote doesn't matter in the Discord. I voted for Lucky Charms. I don't know what Lucy voted on because she's Team Smitty now, so I don't even care. I don't want to read it.
We love you, Lucy. Everybody love Lucy. She the realest.
I don't know where the poll is. Do you?
No, I haven't been in the Discord all week. Just been a little busy.
I knew it. That's why I said it. Fuck.
But I've been here all day today.
What is the Slap Nation's real sex cord? I see you in there a lot though.
You talking to me?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm not in there a lot.
All
our chats are dead. All our chats are dead other than the main one. The main one still goes a little bit, but they all dead because your ass never in there. I'm gonna be honest with you. You never in there. You're the fucking face. You're never in there saying nothing. So everything has died out because you're the face. You're the face of the show. So, you know, if the face ain't there, I can only do so much.
You're a face too, homie.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're the face of it, homie. What are you talking about? It's like my coach. You're Peyton Manning. I'm Reggie Wayne. I'm a face, but you're Peyton Manning.
So what won then? Lucy's not very happy apparently.
Because they voted for, I guess, the champion cereal. I don't know. I'm not in there. I don't know what happened. Like, we need some more context.
And what is the champ? So Captain Crunch, is that what won?
Captain Crunch ain't.
I'm not mad at Captain Crunch. I like Captain Crunch.
I like Captain Crunch a lot. Original, I like the peanut butter. I like the
I don't
berries one. I like all of them. They all good, honestly. All of them.
I think Cinnamon Toast Crunch is in the mix too. Lucy not very happy. Apparently, whoever won though.
She's pissed off right now, and she should be.
Oh wait, so why should she be?
Because she has every right. She's earned that right. She's in the Discord. We got some people in here who's making weird comments. They're not even in the Discord. So,
fuck.
You mad because you actually don't agree with that, huh?
What?
Why you just get mad about that comment that Leah made about saying peanut butter is good?
Why you change color shirts? That's all. I don't know. Just throwing it
I
out
put a jacket on because it's cool in here. But peanut butter is good. It's a good color too. Good, good tone.
Well, you're far from peanut butter. I don't know why you rub your face. You're far from peanut butter.
I didn't say I was peanut butter.
Yeah, you're not like Reuben's peanut butter.
I didn't say I was peanut butter. But what would you say I am then? It better not be nothing racist. I'm asking you a real question. Nah, you never mind. You chuckle. It might be some bullshit. Anytime a motherfucker chuckle like that,
it's a hard question without it being racist, though.
All right, well, don't answer it.
Like chocolate milk. I mean, I love chocolate milk. I grew up chocolate milk. I can't drink chocolate milk now. I'll shit on myself probably.
Yeah, you did that anyway the other night.
Chocolate milk. Nutter Butters. I did grow up. Nutter Butters were one of my favorite
They cool, but it'd be like a little too. You gotta really bite down on that cracker. That sounded horrible.
First of all, that's not a cracker.
What is it? A cookie?
Racist. Fuck.
No, it was not. No, it was not racist.
See, he can't. He like literally. You can't stop yourself from being racist.
That cookie.
You look like Nestle chocolate quick.
Oh, you like skim milk.
Mayonnaise. Hey, I hate mayonnaise. I remember Miracle Whip.
Ugh.
It had the taste. Everybody like all the Usos like Miracle Whip, but Miracle Whip was just so fake of a mayonnaise. Like,
yeah,
if I use mayonnaise, I can only use a little bit of mayonnaise.
Yeah, just a little bit on the bread, just to kind of keep it honest. But if you have a lot to where you bite it and it's squirting your mouth, that's too much. That's way too much.
Pause.
Did you ever see Undercover Brother? When Undercover Brother
Eddie,
with,
my boy,
Eddie Griffin,
good friend of mine.
And
yeah,
he had to put me and Eddie, we go way back. And he had to put the watch on that squirt the hot sauce out on the sandwich just so he could be able to get through the mayonnaise and bite it.
Thank you. That's why Leah don't fuck with you like that.
You need to slow down a little bit, Leah.
Tendencies.
Lucy Hanlon from Lucy. I do want to move on though. Coach Prime thanks Mel Kiper for staying 10 toes down.
Of course.
And not flinching after getting criticized over his coverage for Shador. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Deion doing that. I think we got you got a tweet right here. This is from Brett McMurphy put this out. Miami's Mario Cristobal said he spoke to 1 million people, like literally 1 million, about number 1 NFL draft pick Cam Ward, except one. I can't recall many NFL teams or TV people I didn't speak to. However, Cristobal and OC Shannon Dawson never spoke with ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr., who was criticized for overshadowing Ward's moment with this nonstop Colorado QB Shador Sanders narrative. Never heard from him, Cristobal said. I don't think I've ever talked to him. Cristobal added he wasn't disappointed by Kiper ignoring Ward. The only reason I would be disappointed was if Cam was, he said, but knowing Cam, he just wanted to hear the name and exactly where he was going and get to work.
Thank you, Mario. I like Mario better now. That's what I'm talking about.
Mel Kiper responded, of course, as he should, said Mario Cristobal claims he spoke to 1 million people about Cam Ward. Yet the one he didn't speak to, being me, had Ward ranked higher, 6th on my big board than any of the other draft experts. Interesting, isn't it? And oh, by the way, I didn't speak to Deion about Shador either. I need another orange crush after this nonsense. Talk your shit, Kiper. And then, of course, my guy Prime came back. He said, but I love you, my man. You stood on the desk with great balance, 10 toes down, and said what you doggone said and didn't flinch. You knew what time it was, my man, and you were blessed to be right where God wanted us to be with opportunity. They forgot I was in the TV entertainment business for 20 years before coaching.
These memes or these AI things are getting out of hand. I saw the NWA, Eazy-E, and Snoop Dogg, the little babies.
Little rapper, you sent that to me. Yeah, I saw that, homie.
That shit crazy. Anyway, I love Mario. Hate Mel Kiper.
Jade, I don't like kids, so no. But yeah,
it makes sense. I wouldn't be shocked if Deion paid Mel. So it is what it is. You know what it is? You know what you should be mad about though? Seriously?
What?
That a brother was just overshadowed as the number 1 pick.
Everything I be race with you. Like I saw what I had about you. You know, everything I be race related.
Because I actually defended the brother by being picked number 1. Should have got more credit and more notoriety, and you're not because you're so glazed on the prime sexuals.
I don't know what glaze even means. So don't.
Yeah, you do. It's your term. It's your term. It's your age. It's your era's term.
No, I don't know.
You're glazed over the prime sexual so bad that you didn't even remember that. You don't even remember that a brother got drafted first. That's how crazy this is.
I remember that Cam Ward got drafted first, who happens to be a brother. We knew Cam was gonna be drafted first for fucking months, so it wasn't like a big story to talk about, homie. Thank you, OG Vincent. That was an excellent Deion impersonation, Big Smitty. That's my guy, OG Vincent. That's why I fuck with him.
Take this Deion shit off. Fuck, stand that shit. But anyway. Let me show you something real quick. There's 2 things I want to show you that's glaring at me.
I don't want to see either one, but go ahead.
What's it called when the butt's in the front?
Fat ass. Nah, it's called like a zupa, flupa. I don't know. I really don't know the actual term.
Fupa?
Nah, fupa's is just a little stomach above the cat. But like if
you had like, let's say you were misappropriate, like if you were like, what's the word? Misproportioned. Let's say Big Smitty was misproportioned, and you had your butt in the front, and you had to lift it up because the smell and shit is so bad that you have to like use deodorant on it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about it?
Well, we'll get back to that a little later because right now we got a real-time, big-time special guest in, former NFL tight end, played 9 seasons, minor league baseball. You didn't even know that, JB. But JB, go ahead and do the honors, man, and introduce our special guest the right way.
My main man, Atlanta Falcon legend, Eagle and Lion. When tight ends were men, when tight ends used to
block the D ends and be
in man line of scrimmage, would dominate D linemen like yourself, Smitty, would dominate you guys.
My coach said never let a tight end block you. That's my coach always told me that.
Well, this one would have blocked you. This one would have blocked you because this one's legit. And can't thank him enough, man. NFL veteran Ed Smith joins the show.
Nice to
Ed, how you doing, brother?
Man, hey, I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Man, I can't thank you enough. Can't thank you enough, man. Hey, I introduced you as when tight ends were tight ends. Now they're like wide receivers, man. They're like prima donnas, pretty boys. They got to go out in the slot. Explain the difference. What's happened to the tight end position, man?
Well, I got a nephew, my nephew, Irv Smith Jr. He's in the league right now, 6 years and running right now. And, me and my brother, who also played in the league several years, we joke with him all the time about, the difference in the position. Now they come and they're all flexed out, very rarely have to get their hands all that dirty. And they usually have a designated tight end as the blocking guy, and then the other guys get all the glory. My radio partner, he always, because I always say back in our day, and he said he's trained me this. I can't remember the term. It's something about back when or whatever.
Yeah, way back
when. Way back when we played, you had to do dirty work and get out there and catch some balls. And it's like I said, it's just a different type of game now. And they have specialty tight ends. And a lot of them, some of them, they breed them where they're, 245, 250 pound, like gazelles. And then, you have the guys that are a little light, a little more weight in the pants, and they get out there and do the majority of the blocking. But to be a tight end today and be flexed out and running all this motion and not have to root and dig all those big defensive linemen out, of those either wide 9s or 7s and stuff like that. Anybody who knows, they know. It would be the life today to play tight end in the league. But we come through when we come through. We did what we had to do then, and they're getting all some
glory.
of the glory. Yeah, they get the glory these days. But I mean, it's a great position because it's such a diverse position because you have to do so much. You have to be able to, combat, do hand-to-hand combat on the line. You got to be able to get out and, read coverages, run great routes, deal with the secondary. I mean, there's so much complexity to play in the position and to watch what they do nowadays. Us older dudes, we take pride in how the position has developed over the years.
Go ahead.
No, I
was going to ask you, who'd you look up to? Who got you playing tight end, like a Mackey or like these legendary guys you got to see growing up, or was it just sheer your size and at the time that's what dictated you playing the position, or were you something else and then you saw someone play and I was like, I got to be a tight end? What got you play tight end?
The interesting part was I came out, I was a tight end in high school. I came out of high school. I could have went anywhere in the country to play football, but my passion was baseball. So I ended up signing my letter of intent to go to the University of North Carolina. Then the White Sox came around in the 7th round of the 87 baseball draft. They drafted me, and I haggled back and forth with them for a little bit and ended up coming right out of high school playing baseball, professional baseball, and did that for 9 years. I forgot all about tight end. I didn't even know what a tight end, did at the next levels. My brother did go to Notre Dame. He's 2 years younger than me, so I watched him over the years play the position. After 9 years in the minors, and I was up in AAA when I made the decision, but I had gone through the steroid era of baseball, competing against guys that I just couldn't compete against because I wasn't taking the pharmaceuticals. And then I had to go through the strike season as well, the 94 strike that bled into 95, and I went through all kind of mess with that. Didn't cross any lines or anything like that, and still wasn't rewarded. And I remember I was in that 95 season up in AAA, leading the American Association in home runs, RBIs, and like that. And the Indians wanted to send me back to AA, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. Didn't know what I was going to do, but I was done with baseball and had this crazy idea of, we sit around sometime with those, man, I wonder what if, and I kept thinking I was, up there in Canton, Akron, Ohio, thinking, what if I would have went the other route? And had this crazy idea. I'm calling my brother who was down in New Orleans in his second off season at the time, do the crazy idea that if I get into shape, man, and, maybe see if I can find a workout in the league, what do you think? And he said, his exact words were, bruh, if anybody could do it, you can. So that lit the fire for me to try it. And I didn't tell anybody. I finished that baseball season. Never going to quit anything. After that 95 season, took a quick break. Then I came out here to Arizona where I currently reside. And I started getting in football shape, figuring out, maybe somebody would give me a look. Didn't get a look, but I got it was a connection my brother had to the World League of American Football, which turned into NFL Europe after that. But I ended up going, just flew over there to camp. One team gave me a chance, the Frankfurt Galaxy. I ended up winning that job, played that. And as far as like playing the tight end position, that was just natural for me because that's what I did. I had the perfect size, 6'4", 250. When I finally got into football shape, I played my baseball years 6'4", anywhere from 220 to 230. I was a third baseman, first baseman, that type of thing. Athletic. So when I made the switch, it was just natural. That was a position I played in high school, and it just worked out perfect where, they were looking for tight ends. And to be athletic and do what I did, I went over to Europe, ended up, starring over there. Came back here and was in my first camp right away. So I played an NFL Europe season, got hurt, missed 4 games, but came back here to the States, went into my first camp in 96 with the Washington now Commanders. At the time, we know what they were called. And the rest is history. I went, 2 years in Atlanta, Detroit, Philly, and then finished up in the XFL my final season and got a chance to play that glorious position, also special teams and different things like that. But it was a great ride. Blessed to play in the.
Were you in the inaugural year of XFL? Were you in the inaugural year of that?
Yes, sir. The 2001 season. I was out there with the Birmingham Thunderbolts, Bolts for short. And I remember sitting in the hotel room the night before our first game, which was on a Sunday, and I heard "He Hate Me" talking, and I was just like, man, they're gonna turn this into a joke. But I tried to make it as serious about football as possible. And I encourage my young teammates, because by then, I'm old. I'm an old man by then at 31, 32. And I was encouraging my teammates, hey, this isn't a joke. Let's take this serious. And, it got a lot of people thought it was a joke. And we were out there scripting it. It was going to be like wrestling. It was 100% football. It just had the McMahon touch to it where he's trying to make everything a little over the top. But I was in that first iteration of the XFL way back then.
That was the Tommy Maddox champion. Tommy Maddox won it all here in LA, I believe. The LA team. I had a couple of friends playing for the Frisco team who they beat. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, my best friend, one of my best friends, Nate Miller, he was a lineman on that team. So
okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. Now, I appreciate you kind of sharing, your full journey is definitely, one of just perseverance, belief, faith, and to see where you end up at is amazing. I want to go back to earlier topic. You were kind of talking about today's tight ends and how the game has shifted so much. With that being said, are there any tight ends today that I guess A, either remind you of yourself, or B, that you still look at it and respect and feel like, hey, these guys could have played even in my era?
Well, you know, we as far as tight ends that reminded me of myself, I knew what I had internally as far as my ability. I don't necessarily think I ever got a chance to fully showcase it because I was very advanced in age, but I was 26 by the time I got in the league. So I'm not gonna say I was just thankful to be there, but I worked my tail off and I did whatever teams asked me to do. Some didn't ask me to do as much as others. You know, I remember when I was in Philly toward the end of my career there, the latter part, they wanted me to purely be the blocking tight ends. We had a young rookie and another guy, Luther Broughton, who I love Lute. He was more of the receiving guy. Jed Weaver was our young, trying to figure it out guy. So, and I was the dude that went in there and did all the dirty work, you know. So we had certain formations. It was like, Ed, you go strong side all the time. And I was just like, okay, you know. But, you know, as far as, you know, the ability wise, I mean, I see some of these guys, and I would never compare myself to a Kelsey or, you know, some of these Gronk and some of these other ones, these legends or anything like that. I always knew I had the ability to be like them, and I patterned my game after them. It's just I never, like I said, got a chance to showcase it. As far as players that could play in our generation, I think the majority of these young men can, including my nephew. Like I said, it would require them to put a little more weight on, obviously, and, you know, work on maybe a little more of that technique in terms of trying to go down there and get that 290-pound beast out of that 7 technique and stuff like that. But the athletes have gotten better, more, you know, even better trained and, you know, conditioned even almost because of all the new technology, everything had, and nutrition and things like that. And even in terms of just taking care of their body, you know, we didn't know all this stuff, you know, today we got in a cold tub afterwards and thought that was it. Whereas, you know, my nephew, I see him after a game, I go up and see him and he's already getting massage that night. You know, he's a masseuse coming to the house. They do the cold therapy. They do all these different stretching and so, you know, I truly think that tight ends of today could play in our area and vice versa too. We had a lot of great tight ends, you know, that played when I played. Just they were used for, you know, in different ways. But, you know, the position has definitely grown. And I love to see, how they, you know, Kittles and how these guys get together. It's like a big fraternity now. We didn't have that when I was coming through. I wish we'd had more of that, like, unity as far as our group, because it is a very special group of players that are asked to do what a lot of, you know, other positions cannot do.
Let me ask you, you played another sport back in the day when we played other sports, and let's say we chose another way, you go baseball. We saw, you know, other greats do it in Bo and Dion and Jordan and all these other guys. Nowadays, the college athlete is coming out and not playing another sport. They're coming out at the same age you were when you left baseball. 26, 25, 27. What are you seeing in the big, like Smitty and I argue every day on the show. Like I'm like, man, NFL is getting watered down. We're older now, leaving college because we want to chase this bag in college and play 5, 6, 7 years of college compared to where you guys would go play another sport, come out and be older. I know we had other guys. Chris Winkie won the Heisman, came out and got drafted at 26 and some other guys, but is there a huge difference in the age, even though it's the same age, 26, but you were actually playing a sport professionally? Nowadays, these kids are coming out at 26. Michael Penix Jr. playing for one of your former teams in Atlanta. They're already 25, 26. Does that change how you look at it? And is it going to change the sport inevitably in the NFL level? Like you see the age being a factor in performance?
That's a great question on so many levels. I'll attack it first this way. The part about kids, you know, like, and I talk about kids at an early age, they're no longer playing multiple sports. You're losing these kids early. Like out here in Arizona, they're playing baseball year round from the time they're 6, 7, 8 years old all the way through high school. You can't get them to do another thing. And, you know, that takes away from the athleticism, if you ask me. I'll give you a quick, when I was in high school, well, before high school, I played 1 year of football when I was 8 years old. Didn't like it. My mom wouldn't let me quit that year. Didn't like it though. She's like, "We finish the season out. Next year, you do something different." For 4 years leading into high school, I played soccer. So I played soccer, went right to basketball, then went right to baseball, and then I did that on rotation from 9 all the way till 14. Got to high school, and as we all know, it wasn't cool to play soccer in high school, so I wasn't playing soccer in high school. So I sat around a little bit that first week, freshman year, and the football coaches heard about me, and they were like, oh, no, you're not sitting around. Coming over here, we're going to get you out here on the football field. Ended up going out and doing that, and I did that on rotation for 4 years through high school. Football, missed, I took one day off after football was done, rolled right into basketball. Basketball was done. I took one day off, rolled right into baseball, and then played baseball all the way through the summer, even missed football camps and stuff like that because I was, doing the other thing. So I did that for 4 years. These kids now don't do it at all. It's all, specialized. Little Jimmy, he's going to be the next this. So we got to go send him to camp. He's got to, and the moral of the story is when I was in high school, I did everything. I was tight end. I played defensive end. I did all the kicking, meaning the field goal kicking, kicked off, and punted as well. I learned those skills from my soccer days. So without those, that training, I might never known that I had that in me. I was all-state punter one year and tight end at the same time. And, as far as like these kids now, they're so specialized. And then when they do get to college, like you said, it's all about the money. So they're staying longer. I think they're taking away, and some kids will make more in college than they would as a professional, especially that first contract. You look at some of these kids making, $3 and $4 million and, stuff like that. So, it will, and it's going on in basketball, it's going on in baseball, it's going on in football, everything. And I think what it's doing is it's taking away from their early development because it does take a little bit of, training and to be around it to become a professional athlete. It's a totally, you're not going to school anymore. This is your life now. And I think the longer they delay that by staying in college and, trying to make that money, and then, like you said, graduating at 25, 26 and coming into the league, it's taken away from that period when they actually could have been learning how to be a professional and kickstarting that part of their career. But it's totally flip-flop nowadays. It is so different. And who knows? Like, I joke all the time, man, I was born at the wrong time because this NIL, they're paying kids to come out of high school now. And I'm thinking, man, that'd have been some nice cash to tuck away for a rainy day, coming out of high school. These kids are making more than their parents sometimes,
Immediately.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely crazy. It's definitely crazy. I kind of got a unique question I want to ask you. I know, like, in the past, like, year, we've seen multiple, like, former NBA and NFL guys have, like, this debate, like, what's more easier or more easier to happen, like a NBA player transitioning to football or NFL guy transitioning to basketball. You're a guy who played so many sports, as you just listed: soccer, baseball, football, and you're a guy who chose baseball and then was able to transition back to football after not playing it for like a decade. Do you feel like football, like of the major sports, football is like I hate to use the word, but like the easiest sport to get into?
It's not the easiest. I would say because football is totally, especially at those higher levels, it's so technical. It's so much more mental than it is even physical. I remember my first taste of an NFL playbook. I was like, oh my God, and then the speed of the game and different things. I will say this much: being a professional baseball player, there is nothing as difficult as hitting a baseball in all of sports. Like hitting a 90 mile an hour fastball. And you talk about now, these guys are throwing upwards of 97, 98. That is not something you see. People every day go to the batting cages and they can't hit 60 or 70. Now throwing 90 plus with movement, and you don't know what they're throwing the fastball. It could be a changeup, could be a sinker. Hitting a baseball is the most difficult thing in all of sports, if you ask me. The transition to baseball, for instance, I played against Michael Jordan. The year Jordan played his baseball season, I was actually in Orlando with the Cubs that year. It was 94. Michael was in Birmingham in the Southern League, and we got to know each other really well. And I watched him hit 200 at that level. And for him to hit 200, because people are like, wow, he failed. I'm telling you, there are not many people on this planet that could stay away from the game as long as he did. And then in one season at Double A is not too far off from, as far as levels from being in the big leagues. I faced a lot of talent at the AA level that eventually made it to the big leagues. I know for a fact that is not easy to do. And he hit 200. That was, in my opinion, and this is MJ, the greatest of all, in my opinion, played on the court. For him to hit 200 might have been even a bigger accomplishment than me making it to the NFL after playing my 9 years of baseball, because of, like I said, the difficulty of it and what he did. I had to, dust off some cleats and put some shoulder pads on, and I had to learn how to block and catch. But those are things I naturally could do already.
Yeah,
I don't think you could have taught me after being away from the game of baseball. If I hadn't played it as long as he did, it would have been a struggle to do what he did. So I give him all the credit in the world. As far as transition wise, anybody can pick up. If you can shoot, you can shoot Monday through Sunday. If you can block or hit or catch a football, you can do that. Hitting a baseball, I'd say, is the most difficult of all the transitions to make.
Hey, let me ask you something, Ed. You're not the first one I heard say that. We had legendary Brett Boone on, who's now the hitting coach for the Texas Rangers, since he was on our show just about a month ago. And he said exactly that same story. He just told us that same story. He's like, man, I'm going to tell you, 200 for Michael Jordan in AA may have been his greatest feat over all the basketball legendary story. He's like, that's how hard it is to hit a baseball. So it's crazy. Let me ask something real quick. Having grown up in Compton, we put a baseball field was built at Compton College, and the Major League Baseball funded it. I'm sure you've heard of the deal they did. Dodgers Angels put a thing there to try to get inner city youth involved in baseball. Americans, inner city youth, not the Dominicans, but Americans.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. Now, this was in '98. They built that stadium at Compton when I was there playing, and then I was talking to a buddy last night, and it's funny we're talking about this right now. Do you think that the price tag that these, I call them street agents, has put on these kids and their mamas and all the scams that are out here right now is hurting the multi-sport player in the youth level? Because I don't think, and I'm just talking to my buddies last night, one of them's been on the show. He was like, dog, I can't afford to send my son to play baseball, basketball, soccer no more, like we all did when it was free, because now they're charging out the ass for you to play AAU, baseball, soccer, even wrestling. It's such a money grab now, man. I think it's hurting the kids and I think the kids that played more sports when we were growing up were less, I guess, apt to get injured. And all these injuries now, man, I believe that when you're always constantly doing something. Look at the basketball courts in the hood outside. Nobody's there. There's no basketball being played outside no more. Everything's video game, cell phone. There's a correlation, in my opinion, and I don't know, but I just want to get both of you guys' take, because I think our youth is suffering from not being able to play because of the affordability.
Absolutely, 100%. You remember when we were younger, it was nothing. You get a knock at the door, and hey, during the summer, hey, let's go up to the school because we're going to play basketball. Everybody had a backyard where there was either wiffle ball or tennis ball, baseball going on.
Over the line.
We had football in the street, and you had to car, and everybody ran and waited for the car to go. And you got back out there. Those are the things we used to do. Now, I don't know whether they're just unpopular because, and I will say it's you have to make sure you keep your eye on your kids more, as far you don't want them running the streets like we used to back in the day. But at the same time, everything is organized, and everything is organized with a huge price tag now. And then in order for you to be good, if you are, all the parents, and I used to do hitting instructing years ago, and I used to almost feel guilty. These people were bringing me their 5 and 6 and 7-year-old kids for hitting lessons. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? This is for something for, an advanced level. I'm sitting here just taking money from these people. And I would always tell them, you probably want to wait a few years. But no, we need this now. And okay, if you want to spend the money, I'm not going to, not take it from you. But that's the nature of the beast now. Everybody's got to get the personal training and personal instruction. He's going to play year round, because if he's not, somebody else is, and they're going to take his spot. Then it's all the AAU and the circuits and this and that. it hasn't for a family that's just making it. That's it, that expendable the income. You can't afford to send your kid the registration fees, and now we're traveling now, so we got to do fundraisers for this. I mean, we used to go.
That's a scam.
You used to pay a $20 registration fee. Here's your equipment. Here's your helmet. Your little shoulder pads, and then go. And that was we'll see you next year as far as when you owe us more money. You now, like I said, is and as you mentioned, it's just taken away from. And then the other thing is making this more of a business even for the kids. Kids are burning out at a much earlier age because it's almost like a job for them. That's all they're doing. They lose the love for it. The parents it's more about them. And then as far as the injury, like some of these little pitchers, they pitch all through the year. Those little elbows and tendons and things like they need rest. They need time to go on a football field or a soccer field and kick a ball around for 4 to 6 months and let that stuff heal. But they're not getting it. And it's hurting competition. It's hurting these kids. You have now 10, 11-year-old, 12-year-old kids getting Tommy John surgery. That was never heard of.
Right.
You'd have a sore shoulder and stuff like that, but never so early with all these surgeries and the whole thing is it all revolves about the almighty dollar. They're putting the money in because they just know little Johnny's going to be the one most famous XYZ, whatever sport you call it. He's going to be the next, and we got to fund that now, so he'll take care of us later, I guess. I don't know, but
before I know Smitty has a question, and before I last you the last one before we get out of here, and I can't thank you enough. My buddy owns the biggest soccer club in Southern California. It's called Legends, but Legends FC. That dude cleared like $30 million last year.
Oh man,
$30 million for kids to play soccer. He's got 100 fields, and you can't even get registered in the thing. It's so expensive. It's so packed. It's unbelievable, man. The money that these cats are making off the youth, and I'm just like, and I'll be honest, the youth that are playing, and because I'm like I said. I'm from Compton, and I'm like, it's a lot of affluent motherfuckers playing soccer now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see no hood kids out here playing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got even for myself. I had to feed. My dad had to put the dinner on the table first. He wouldn't have been able to pay for me to play all these other sports when it was free. Yeah. So like, I don't know. But Smitty has a question.
Yeah, no, this is my final question because I know a few moments ago you mentioned that you and Mike, you and Jordan had got pretty tight during the time where he was playing baseball. Just curious, did you have any like funny stories or just good stories of you guys, whether it was competitive, hanging out, just anything good?
He got to know me pretty well, and I got to know him. And I think what he appreciated about me is I treated him just like he was Mike. Everybody else, there was like cameras everywhere he went. Even my teammates, they were just falling over him, stuff like that. To me, he was just Mike. So we got to know each other really early in the season. And one of the days, and I was playing my third base position and doing batting practice, he'd talking, and he'd be in the dugout, jawing at me and stuff like that. And one time he was on base, and Terry Francona was the manager of that team as well. So we're standing third one early in the season. He said, I'm going to get one by you down the line. I said, Mike, look, I said, I'm a big old cat down here. Nothing gets down my line. And so you can give it your best shot. That man for the rest of the season was trying to yank one down the line, get one down the line. And he hit me some weak ground balls every now and then, stuff like that. And I kid you not, entire season he kept trying, and kept reminding me he was going to do it. Very last game, and I'm not lying to you, I would not make this last game of the season that we're seeing them. He's standing up there at home, a big old 6'6", and and he keeps looking down at me. And I know he knows that I'm thinking, I'm like, Mike, you're not getting one down here. So at one point, he fakes a drag bunt. So I'll go charging in, and he doesn't bunt it, but I come charging in. I stopped on the grass. I gave him a look like, you big ass 6'6", you up here, faking a bunt on me. I'm like, you better not. So I backed off. So we're playing the cat and mouse game. The whole, all of a sudden, man, he gets a chin. I get my shortstop let me know off speed. We have certain codes and stuff. Mike gets out in front of a changeup, hits a one hopper down the line. I go one step, dive, miss it, land. I got chalk and everything and I look up and the umpire's pointing fair. So I get up, I dust myself off, and all I see is this dude cruising into second base with the biggest smile that you could imagine on your face. And he had made this a mission. He told me what he was going to do, and he was not, he was not going to leave until he got it done. And I just remember it was a ground ball or something. He got over to third base. It was me, him, and Tito sitting there talking. And I was just like, you son of a bitch. And he was just like, I told you. And I was just, but something that minute, that small, he made it a mission. Like he told you he was going to do something, and he tried. Every chance he got, he's trying to get something down the line. And on the very last at bat, he yanked one down the line on me. And I was just like, you son of a, and I was so cool. After the game, he ended up sending me, because everybody was badgering him for stuff all through the year, balls signed up. Our bat boy comes over from the other locker room, and he says, Ed, he said, Mr. Jordan sent you these. He gave me 2 pair of his cleats, game-worn cleats. He gave them to me, and the rest of my teammates were like, wow. And I was just like, I didn't know what I did to deserve it. He just thought it was he loved our relationship. He was cool. He sent those to me, and those are like some of the most prized possessions I have in the world. But it was really, like I said, that, and then we had another couple of good times. We went out a couple of times when they were in town, and to go out with Michael Jordan, you talking about feeling like a rock star. This dude, man, we went places. They had a call in advance to let the place know we were coming and rope sections off for him. And I remember walking in with, me and him and his bodyguard, George, I think his name was, and just, you talking about feeling, and this is before I played in the NFL. I'm just a minor league ball player. You talking about walking in with MJ, the greatest. I'm just like, damn, this is kind of cool, right. This dude, man, he brought, you're talking about going to a whole nother level. But I'll tell you this, I was so glad when he went back and played basketball, because I was a big Bulls fan pre and post, but I was never more of a fan of his than after what he went through in the minor leagues to go back and then, regain his kingness and stuff like that. It was just cool. But to know that I was on the same field with him, and he respected me as much as I respected him for doing what he was doing, and he respected me for doing what I was doing. It was the coolest thing. So
that's amazing, man.
That's a crazy story, man. I love hearing the OGs, man. That's why I have all these OGs to get young Smitty here.
That's why I requested to get you guys on. So I appreciate that, man.
And I appreciate you guys. I want to thank Craig too for connecting me with you guys.
Craig, a bad boy.
That's my man right there. Yeah,
no doubt. Craig,
we might be family. My Darnell Smith, Ed Smith. I gotta look through the family line. Our noses are similar. I don't know. We might be my uncle.
We can somehow,
right. Yeah.
And I can't thank you enough, brother. We'll have to do it again, hopefully, man, during the season.
Anytime, man. You guys are part of the family now. So I wish you guys continued success and look forward to, we'd love to have you guys jump on some of the stuff I'm doing as well.
Hell yeah.
Anytime you need, just hit me up, man.
Yes. Anytime. All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Take care, Ed. Appreciate it.
All right.
Ed Smith, legendary tight end when tight ends were tight ends. Real quick, Smitty, I was asking you a question before we leave. We're about to wrap the show. I was asking you about a question. If you had a fupa and you had to wipe it and deodorize because you got a little stench, would you do it?
I mean, I would never have that. Let's start there because I'm not lazy. But just for the purpose of this argument, if I had that, yeah, I mean, if it stink, I'm gonna wash it first. Let's wash the shit out of it first.
I gotta see if you can wash this. I got a video of what it would look like. So take a look.
Yep, this is happening. And before you say anything that'll get your ass blocked from this account,
you really got two asses. You gotta wipe the front and the back of your ass. That shit crazy. Where your stomach at, gang? What the fuck? I'm confused.
That's your type, though, homie. You said if a girl don't got a booty, you can't mess with her. Well, guess what, Jason? She got 2 of them. Well, there you go. It's called a 2-for-1 special. Buy one, get the second one free. It's like back in the days when I used to go to the little store and I used to get 5 t-shirts for $20, different colors. You get 2 asses for the price of 1.
I don't know if I want an ass in the front, homie.
Why not?
I don't think it's a good look.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
You're contradicting yourself.
Huh?
You're contradicting yourself. You said you love it, and then
I want to show us something real quick. I got a What's Happening Now that is one of my favorite actors of all time in his producing role.
All right.
I'm going to give you the context after you see the act.
All right.
All right, take a look.
Let's do it.
What the hell is he doing? 5 Lima, where are the cases?
So what you just saw, Smitty, is what? Explain to the audio listeners.
Well, this guy just jumped out of a plane, whatever, or a helicopter, whatever, and slid all the way down into a plane.
It was two planes.
Down a rope.
Two planes.
Out of one plane, went down a rope and got to another plane.
So what's happening now? Why is it what's happening now? This is the most expensive stunt in Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, really?
And Sylvester Stallone paid a stunt double $1 million for that stunt right there.
Man, that's still not enough for me.
That's a real stunt right there.
He's a real
and that was before AI, before Elon. This is like in the 90s, homie. That is unbelievable. Sylvester Stallone.
Speaking of stunts, though, Tom Cruise, man, does all of his own stunts. He don't have a stunt double. Like Mission, I can't wait to watch the next Mission Impossible, the last one's coming out.
I never watched one, though. I've never seen one.
Really?
Yeah, on everything. Never seen
one. Oh, you're
one.
fucking tripping, bro. If you ever get bored, too, like, just go to YouTube and type in, like, his stunts. Like, they showed behind the scenes of the different previous films. He does his own crazy-ass stunts, and it's insane. And he's at peace when he's just.
This how young this guy. This how young this kid is.
See,
he don't even know that was real.
Oh my God!
You know what is real?
What?
And registering as you're competing?
Honestly, no. I'm still a child. You're an adult, and for you to act like a child shows how you are as a person. And nothing I can do about people's actions. Just focus on my own.
On Saturday, other competitors beat Hernandez in 2 of her 3 events. She won first place in triple jump. She is not currently ranked nationally, and she has been outperformed by over 2 meters in her jumps by girls competing in states that have banned gender-affirming care.
All I thought was, I don't think you understand that this puts your idiotic claims to trash. Now you have no proof that I can't be beat.
Oh my God.
That motherfucker just jumped a world record in the women's event. First of all, it's a man. Started dressing him as so. Interviewer. I don't want to hear you say she ever again. It's a man. It's a boy, little boy. And that's actually like 10 minutes from my house. I'm sick in my stomach. This is Smitty's California. This is what California is becoming. This is what Smitty likes. This is what he wants. And that's why I got to get out. So, anyway.
We always end the show like with some bullshit, I noticed.
Hey, I like that you had Smitty on the big screen by himself. It was a great. Paris, clip that for me and send it to me later.
Last thing, I want to end the show off with a bang, man. I don't know if you saw this, but the other day I had to do a little work in my neighborhood, man. It was some I had to get this. It was like these leaves that was hanging on like the wires outside, and I just feel like waiting and calling somebody to come do it, so I have to go up there to go get it. So show the video real quick, baby. This is me the other day in my neighborhood.
I don't know what's happening. Hell nah. What the fuck is that? Is that real?
It's a goat, homie. It's me.
Is that real? Is that AI?
Yeah, sheep or a goat, same shit.
Is that AI? Is that AI?
No, that's me. That's Big Smitty.
You're white though.
I'm a goat.
You would try to get out of the actual doing the work itself. You would want him to get to get the weeds for you.
Who?
You, because you don't want to get your hands dirty. So because you do want. I see why you put him up there. I want to know how you got him up on those wire.
You missing the whole thing, homie. You missed the whole joke. I'm pissed
Nah,
off. I'm pissed as fuck.
Well, you're white, so I knew it wasn't you.
Hate this show, man. Y'all have a good weekend, man. I got, a couple of things I got going on.
I got to get out of here. I got to head to the yacht. I got the poster coming, man. So it's a 1 year anniversary of my upholsterer. His name's Juan. It's the 1 year anniversary of him doing my work on my boat.
Your poster?
Upholsterer. Upholstery?
I've heard of that, but at first you said a poster, so I'm thinking like you got a poster.
He's my upholsterer. He does my.
You got mine on your wall.
Like here's a true story, homie.
That was BPS the way you said that. A poster.
I hope.
What's it? A poster.
So what are you saying? Like you don't announce
a poster?
You don't enunciate your words, homie?
A poster.
Y'all don't.
We add slang to our shit sometimes.
So here's the story, real quick. Story time,
bro. It's 9:08.
Story time with JV. I took Dave Ports, my boy Ports, on the yacht last weekend, and he sat down. And we know he's a heavier guy. He's a heavier guy.
Where do you sit, on the back or the front?
Yeah, the back. Where you sit in the middle?
We put a whole little willy probably.
No, what happened was he sat down in the inertia, which is kind of like, if you know what inertia it means. But anyway, he sat down, and the pure just blunt force of him sitting on my leather chair.
Blunt force.
Took made a wave on the chair, and it blew out the fucking seams of my leather, and now I got a fucking huge hole, and now I gotta have my upholsterer Juan, which is his 1 year anniversary. He has to come and fix my upholstery.
So when you get a yacht every year, you get like a one free like whatever little mechanical repair situation every year.
Yeah,
and your guy's name is just so happen to be Juan.
One,
and
it's his 1 year anniversary to this tomorrow.
And today. You said Port sat down, and the inertia that he caused from sitting down caused the seat to literally explode.
Yeah, fucking rip the seams out, man. So Dave can no longer come on the boat. But anyway, I got the so I had to tackle him. I had to tackle him to the ground. So anyway, much love. We got a great show every single day, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube. Pound the like, subscribe, become a member, and go get you some of this Yacht Club. Hey, Leah, I'll hit you later. Talk about this color. And then we'll get to this, and then go slap Big Yacht Club, man.
All red, everything.
Yeah, everything. Anyway, we'll see you Monday, man, for the realest show on planet Earth. By the way,
Lord willing,
Labor Day, Memorial Day. We will not have a show.
Thank God. Oh man, I was waiting for you to finally say that. Woo, golly, boy, we've been fucking grinding. That's what I needed. I needed me a little day off. Holiday season, barbecue. I'm gonna go to Woody's barbecue. Give me a slab of beef ribs, slab of pork ribs. Get the mixed sauce, haven't had some banana pudding, macaroni and cheese with collard greens, cornbread. Finally, get a 3-day weekend. Just rest, reset, clear our minds. We also, y'all, June 19th, Juneteenth. We're taking that off as well. So
we don't celebrate Juneteenth.
Just letting you know, we're gonna be taking that off.
We don't celebrate Juneteenth.
As the one African American, have a good weekend, y'all.
What's Bailey doing? Hey, by the way, 4th of July, we won't be on either, obviously, for America and China.
Okay. Hold on, homie. So we all 4th of July for sure, but Juneteenth, we don't celebrate that.
Juneteenth's not
a national holiday that Trump made a national holiday.
Yeah, shout out Trump. Thank you. You're Trump.
Okay, so I'm saying we should just be off.
Juneteenth's on weekend this year, homie.
We gotta take that Friday off or whatever that.
That's not how it works. He just turned your 40-hour work week into 32 hours.
I'm doing a big. Like I got a big plan.
I'm doing a big thing too. I got White Teenth. We got a White Teenth day here.